Yeah, what's going on? It's gonna be different. Yeah. Tonight we're spicing things up. Baby girl, that special kind of love. Start out with kisses and some hugs, and make my way down to your butt. You know it, girl. You know it, baby. You know the type of love I need. You know, babe. You know it, girl. You know what's going on tonight. Put it in your butt, baby. Put it in your butt. Put it in your butt, baby. Put it in your butt. Put it in your butt, baby. Put it in your butt. Put it in your butt, baby. Put it in your butt. Girl, you know I've been a good old boy. Time for me and you to enjoy the type of love you need, baby. What's going on? You know you like that shit, baby. Oh, come on. Cause me and you are gearing it up. Cause me and you know, are ready to fuck. Put it in your butt, babe. Put it in your butt. Put it in your butt, baby. Put it in your butt. Put it in your butt, babe. Put it in your butt. Put it in your butt, baby. Now let's go speed it up. Baby girl, you know what's going on. Baby girl, you know the words, come on. Baby girl, I hear you sing my song. Baby girl, don't get it wrong. I know tonight, I know tonight, I know. That's right. You know tonight, you know tonight. Oh, what we doing? Put it in your butt, baby. Put it in your butt. Put it in your butt, baby. Put it in the butt. Put it in the butt, baby. Put it in the butt. Put it in the butt, baby. Put it in the butt. Put it in the butt. Put it in the butt, baby. Put it in the butt. Put it in the butt, baby. Yours or mine. Put it in the butt, baby. You know it's the time. Put it in the butt, baby. Put it in the butt. Put it in your butt.
You like how I turned it into the
That was like Michael McDonald.
yeah, but you like
Put it
how
in the boat,
you like how I did the row
Put it in the
row your boat thing at the end there. You did it, and then I did what you did afterwards, like but with a delay.
Yeah, I really did. I really
When you
did.
listen back to that, you'll hear it.
It's so weird because I listened to like Boofing with the Boys like 100 times.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Like Boofing with the Boys was a slap daddy for sure.
Yeah,
and then
got
like
very
the other,
sentimental.
It got very sentimental, and then it also became like
Very emotional.
you didn't know where it was gonna go. That's all I'm gonna say. And then Boofing with the Boys, you know, we do have the Patreon goal of Michael boofing a beer up his butt. If you want to join the Patreon, go to patreon.com/LoPriore
500
podcast.
Patreons, and I will boof up my ass.
Yes, the link is in the bio. If you're trying to figure out what to do with Michael's butt, we already figured it out. So join any tier. There's also some other stuff, Amazon gift cards, other stuff out there for people to enjoy. So I want people to know that Put It in the Butt. We were working on that song for a little while before. And, you know, when songs come to us, it's kind of random at times, but one of us will usually say something. And if it sounds good, we'll just run
Go with it. Yeah.
You know, like we'll try a ton of different
And I think
choruses before that.
I think maybe only one song took us like 5 tries or 6 tries or something.
Yeah. It usually is. It's like if we both get in the pocket, I'll hit the record button because it's not going to really get any better than that.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, lack of equipment. Like we're making produced like songs.
Yeah.
Like just off a whim.
Yeah. We don't really we take it, we sound serious, but we don't really take it that serious either.
I know.
We're just joking with it half the time, and it just turns out to be fucking molten lava.
I don't know, dude. I think
Hot molten lava.
I feel like we've only had like, and this is our personal opinion, just like maybe like a couple of rare misses, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it all depends. It's all subjective. I think everyone has their own song that they like. You know what? Let us know what your favorite intro was.
Yeah, let us know what your favorite intro song of all time is.
We became very used to intro song comments. You know what I mean? Like everything's like, damn, intro song fucking hit today.
Yes. So it's like
we're used to not to sound cocky. We're just it's cool that everyone's liking them. You know. And it takes us only like one or two tries to be confident enough to put it out.
I also think it's what like kind of sets us apart from like other podcasts, right? So like you have all these other podcasts that like do certain stuff and like, you know, they're awesome, you know what I mean? But I think it shows kind of how talented we are as creators. Not to like suck our own dicks or anything. I mean, I wish I could suck. I
mean, we're at like what episode are we on? 80 fucking
85, I think. This is going to be 85, I believe.
That's 85 songs.
Yeah. For free dollars.
That's like 3 albums.
That's that's like 4 albums if like you make 20 song albums.
Yeah, but people ask us to put them out. We do have to eventually find a way to.
I think I'm just going to make them available for download because here's why. There's a couple of things. One, streaming is like cool and shit, but like we get such a small percentage of that.
Yeah.
It's very little. Like I think I'm just gonna like press the songs and like put them on fucking vinyl or some shit. Or put them at like physical like downloads.
LoPriore record would be fire.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna look into like
but
maybe
there's probably people that don't own vinyls too, but you could make them different.
I would only make a very select few that we would give away.
Vinyls would be amazing though.
Yeah, but what I'm gonna do,
that's a really cool idea actually.
And what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna make them Dropbox and then sell them, so everyone could have all the MP3 versions of the songs because, you know, I want to put them up on Spotify and stuff. But
yeah, Horse Poppy was fun.
Horse Poppy, you know what I mean? And it's like I want these songs to get out there and be like more obtainable, but you know, they take so much percentage of like what you make. You know what I mean? I'd rather do it independently, and if people want to do it, you know, if you join the Patreon, you get access to download all the songs and keep them. That's another thing about the Patreon. That's any tier, $5 all the way up to $50.
Yeah.
You know, so like if you join the Patreon, you'll get downloadable files of the songs to add to your Apple Music and to add to your Spotify. But going through like all the stuff that you have to go through to get like these things up and title them, and by the time you get money back, it's so fucking
wild.
It's this minuscule, like people are just profiting off our work, and it's kind of like annoying. And you know, I would like, you know, also to like give some of that to the people that make the beats, you know, or you know what I mean? Like there's more of like a bigger pie to like go around. So it's just like one of those things that I'd rather release on my own. And so if people want the albums, I'll mix them. I'll have them put together, and you guys can get that at patreon.com/LoPriore podcast. And I'll start releasing, I'll release volumes, 3 through whatever on there, and make them downloadable. So there you go. You guys want them? Come and get them. $5.
We got a juicy week though as well.
Juicy week of stuff.
Some fucking good juicy news today.
Good juicy news.
The Queen is dead as fuck.
Yeah, the Queen is dead.
The Queen is dead, and English people, British people are very mad at a lot of Americans. Black Twitter went absolutely off.
Yeah,
towards the Queen. Indian Twitter went off. Irish Twitter went off.
Yeah, I saw.
There was a lot of Queen memes out, and the English were not very happy about this. Not all. There were some English people in my DMs who were kind of like, yeah, I don't give a shit. And then there were some people who were just like, hey man, have respect, you know, and all that. And
that's all.
Cool. It was wild, but she was fucking 96.
Yeah, I mean, that was all cool and everything like that, but I saw a meme of Kobe crossing the Queen, and I lost my mind.
It was the funniest shit.
That shit was funny as fuck to me. And like, you know, there's just things in life that are funny. Yeah. And if a meme is funny, I'm gonna laugh at it. I'm gonna think it's funny. I'm gonna send it to my friends who might think it's funny.
Also, let's be fucking completely honest here. It's hard. It's it is not easy, and this is just being real. This isn't being disrespectful. This is just the truth. Like, it's hard being an American and acting like you give a fucking shit about the Queen dying.
Yeah.
Because there is no, it's just, most Americans aren't going to give a fuck. They're just not going to. Now, there were a lot of Americans that were like, oh my God, like, rest in peace of the Queen. There were some. Now, I wasn't disrespectful or anything. I was like, God damn it, thank God this bitch is dead. but
Imagine.
Yeah, like, I wasn't even
tweeted,
like,
you were like,
right.
Yo, thank God she dead.
Yeah, I didn't even say anything. But, you know, there's a lot of people who were like, they didn't give a fuck because of during her reign. I mean, there were also moments where there was like colonizing happening and all sorts of things that I think she, like, you know, didn't really help for and stuff like that. But then there's people that were saying, well, she also did this and did that. So I don't really know. I think she started in, I don't know if it was like the 50s. I think it was like the 50s she became queen or something like that.
No, she was around for way longer than that.
Really? I thought it was 1952 or something like that. Check when she was, what is it, anointed?
When did the queen become queen?
What's the word?
Yeah, no, you're right, 1952.
Yeah, it's 1952. And, you know, there's a lot of controversy, and that was
before our dad was born.
Right. And, you know, there were some things that she kept quiet on. She was quiet politically because I think most people want their royalty to be that way. Like her son, who's now king, wasn't really like that. He's a little bit more opinionated, and the government doesn't really like when royalty is opinionated. Because it's separated into two institutions.
Yeah, I also think like whatchamacallit, from like what I've heard on Twitter, I don't know anything, but like people like don't like Prince Charles in the UK.
Right, and then there's also the public, like he's way less popular than his mother was.
Yeah.
So he has really big shoes to fill with her dead ass being gone. And
she's very dead, dude.
And yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, yeah, now was I sitting at home like, no, like I wasn't like, is that Nelson?
Yes, that's
wasn't
Nelson from The Simpsons.
Yeah, I wasn't Nelsoning her. I just like, and I had nothing. I remember in the chat, me and Danny, but I wrote, I was like, yo, Queen's dead.
I was like, oh, okay.
Danny was like, yeah, like because we just don't have any connection. So now, do I want to be insensitive and be like, you know, thank God, you know what I mean? No, but I have a lot of friends who know their shit and their history, and they weren't like laughing at it, but they were kind of like, you know, I don't give a shit, I guess.
I think it's weirder when Americans pretend to be super into like stuff that happens in England. Only like
just England,
just the UK, like but not not the UK, just London, England, the royal family, Buckingham Palace, that place, that like when they had the royal wedding,
right?
Like, mom woke up at like 3:00 in the morning, like watch that shit.
Yeah, no,
you know, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, at the end of the day, all humans, be whatever you want to be into, unless it's like some fucking pedophilia shit or like some racist shit or some homophobic shit, just asshole shit. Be whatever you want. If you want to wake up and watch the Queen getting fucking married or whatever, or anointed or whatever the fucking word is still, then do you. I'm just saying, you know, I got some fucking. I got one or two people who got a little. Yeah, I got some heat. I got a little one or two people, not a lot actually. I actually had a lot of British people hold me down, and we're like, "Yo, give me their names," and I'm like, "No, I'm not out here to harass."
Give
people.
me their names, bruv. I'll roll through with the bang bang.
I'll fucking show him how to turn some real butter, mate.
I'll put the knickers in his Alan Wickers, you plunker.
And like people who had my back and were like, "Give me their names." I'm like, I'm not gonna give you their names, but. Yeah, I had like one or two people who were like, you know, like this isn't funny, like, or one person that was just like, who cares what that Twitter says,
right?
You know what I mean? Well, I'm like, whoa,
yeah.
And one person was just like, to me, it's like I just find it funny, like Americans are for some reason like just like low blowing, and they were like, when you guys are dumb as fuck, like this person, like, you guys are dumb as fuck. There's a school shooting every week. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, listen, bro, First off, if you're watching me, I didn't even say anything. I just reposted something and laughed at Twitter going off. That's all. I didn't say anything. I wasn't disrespectful. But then I had to get disrespectful, and then that's why. And when I wrote it to the person, I felt like it was hilarious. So I was like, I gotta say this now. But if you didn't see my IG, I said, listen, we could go tit for tat with fucking stereotypes all fucking day. You can make fun of America and say we're dumb and all this too. And this country is a piece of shit. But it's my piece of shit. But and I was born here and I've been here for 35 years. So I was like, you want to do stereotypes? It's easy to do that. I can say that all British teeth, all English people's teeth look like fucking cooked garlic cloves. But I at the same time, you don't see me saying it because that's easy to say. And everyone always makes fun of America for being stupid and all this. And you're only talking about a margin. Like you're talking about a section of people that fucking suck. I don't think all English people have fucking cooked fucking teeth.
No,
But
I'll say this.
But also brush your teeth.
America is the most made fun of country probably in the world.
Yeah, we're the laughing stock of the world.
So it's
right now.
If we go out there and make a couple of jokes, right? I don't think it's that big of a deal. If she died tragically, like Princess Diana, it would be a little different. But she lived a full life and she was the queen for 50 years.
Yeah, she was 90 fucking 6.
How much longer was she gonna go on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, were you actually watching the TV every time she came on and go, God damn it, she's so young and great?
No, my biggest beef is Americans sticking up for the queen's death, and I was just like, guys, are you just doing this because she died? Where are your ties to England?
Right.
Have you ever even been there?
Right. And I understand people being like, yo, man, maybe relax with the complete rudeness. I get that because there are some people who are straight up like, yeah, that bitch is dead. That shit was a thing. And I'm like, oh my God, chill. Okay. Let's relax.
That stuff goes to
that's a different level.
The racism within the monarchy and
and
the pedophilia and that's that type of stuff. That's where that comes from,
Right.
And then, a lot of the times though, people just react on Twitter. That's what Twitter allows you to do. We're all guilty of it.
Right. And I wasn't sitting here completely fucking chuffed that she was gone, mate.
Nah, mate.
Were you completely chuffed?
I was not chuffed, mate.
I was not chuffed. I don't want anybody to die, mate.
I wasn't gutted.
I was a little Australian.
I wasn't gutted. I was living my life, yeah.
I was living my life.
I was living my life. It's another day like the Queen would want me to do, would be live another life, a long, strong one. But my thing was, there was a couple of things that I was a little bit judgmental of. One, the car they drove her casket in was kind of mid.
Oh, it wasn't some queenly?
Nah, I thought they were going to bring the queen in
What was it? Do you know what kind of car?
It was a Mercedes hearse, but it was black and it was small.
Damn, it took her out like a 90s rapper?
Yeah, it wasn't lit like that. No, it wasn't even as lit as that. That shit looked like an Uber. It didn't look good. I know.
Was it like a station wagon Mercedes?
It was a station wagon Mercedes.
It's got to have that hump in the back for that dead ass body.
Yeah, for sure. Always hump for the deads. And then it was why is this not a white Rolls Royce fucking super fucking royal whip that they're going to drive this dead queen through Buckingham Palace? You know what I mean? And I like that Buckingham Palace, too. When she died, they literally just came out in the front and, posted a note.
Yeah, they just held it up at the gate.
They just put a note up on the gate. Just if you're walking by, it's hey, guys, just so you know, the Queen died today.
Yeah. And I think people knew she was sick already, too, by the way, right? There was
probably on the inside, yeah.
Right, because that's the kind of person you get ready, you have to prepare for.
100%.
And then you tell everybody.
Yeah.
Can I just say this, though? Michael Jackson celebrated way harder when he fucking died.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that crazy though? Well, he was the king. He was the king of pop.
Yeah,
but
he was a king.
She got again. It's because it's centered to one country, with a lot of other countries affected by this royalty, this monarchy. But isn't it wild? Michael Jackson was celebrated for 3 weeks, bro.
Yeah,
he had a whole month.
I just remember the day that he died. Everybody was in the living room when we were putting on CNN, and there were people moonwalking in every country in the world.
I'm not going to remember where the fuck I was when she died. I know exactly where I was when
I can't remember where I was when she died.
Do you remember
I think I was home.
Do you remember where you were when Mike Jackson died?
100%.
Where were you?
I was in the living room with 58 Main Street.
I was working at the pool. in town at Chemka.
Yeah.
And I had a lame ass phone. I know the same exact person as my friend Zach.
In our old apartment,
Yeah.
I remember I was in the living room,
Yeah.
and it was 2000
before iPhone.
2009.
Yeah, it's like
2006?
right before iPhones came out, right before, or when they did actually.
Yeah.
And I had a shitty fucking flip phone, and it was just to sell drugs. And my friend Zach messaged me, and was like, "Yo, Mike Jackson dead." Because you remember how short texts were back then?
Yeah, you could not text that long because it
No,
would cost you mad money to do it.
Yeah. And I was like, "What?" I remember where I was. I almost remember what I was wearing. That's how crazy Michael Jackson's fucking death was.
Yeah, I remember because CNN said
He was also very young when he died too. But
yeah, he was 50, I think. CNN said that
not very. But
he's like in a coma. But then this is when TMZ was like the bad bitch. Like TMZ was like, no, like he's dead.
yeah.
Like TMZ confirmed he was dead before like CNN and all these other places. So now we're getting conflicting reports. Like, is he dead? Is he not dead? Like, what's going on?
Now, do you think on Twitter when he died, if Twitter was as big as it is now, do you think the memes would have been like super memey, or do you think there would have been just straight respect?
Oh, there would have been god tier memes
for sure.
For
right?
Mike Jackson dying,
Yeah.
dude. He's so lucky he died before Twitter was popping.
So
because
true.
The memes would have been god tier.
They should have like Michael Jackson dead meme day, where everyone goes into the past and memes like they just died.
Oh no, that would be cool if everyone celebrated
Yeah.
a day like you go back in the past and act
Yeah.
like Twitter
Yeah,
was that
like,
day.
Like everybody meme like Michael Jackson just died today and meme it up and see what the meme for the people that thought they got off scot clean.
Yeah, Scott Clean.
Wait, got off. Got off scot free.
Fucking got off Scott dry.
Clean.
Got
Who
off
else? Who's
fucking
Scott?
Scott tidy.
Does that kind of make sense? Because Scott's
Scot-free.
a paper towel company. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
I don't know where Scott free comes from. I guess that's like not having like dingleberries in your butt.
Or maybe something happened to the Scots when they
Maybe.
became free.
Yeah, maybe.
It was like independence of Scotland.
There's so many sayings that we use
Who the fuck do they?
in the English language that we have no idea what the fuck they mean.
Yeah, who the fuck does William Wallace fight in Braveheart? Who were they fighting? They're fighting for freedom, aren't they?
I think they're fighting the English.
For their independence?
Yeah.
The English fucking just had a period where they just were just fucking destroying everybody.
Well, just nobody wanted to live there. Look at us.
Yeah, but they were also just stealing everything and fucking everything in their ass.
And then we
taking
decided Spaniards were like that too.
You want to fucking give me that property, mate?
Oh, give me that fucking goddamn piece of flat you got there, yeah? Alright.
There was them and Spain.
Spain was like that too. They were just like, all right, we're just gonna give people like blankets with SARS and
Yeah,
shit.
but do it in the Spanish way.
Do it super Spanish. Like they tried to like elegantly kill people with blankets. But like if you look back in history, no one wanted to be in England. There'd be no America if everyone were just like, yo, it's not as lit as we thought it would be over here. So like, let's just and America kind of tricked like the people that came here kind of tricked England into letting them come here. They were like, hey, like we want to go and like check this place out and like we'll be right back.
Yo,
And then they got there and they're like, nah,
it's crazy to think what America did though. Like we were outnumbered.
Hell yeah, bro. Fucking that shit was OD.
I know, we were there. It was crazy.
The weirdest thing is if we really think about it, there's people that still live in this country that their ancestors like fought in every single one of those American wars. That's not us.
No, it's so weird thinking that all happened too.
Maybe World War I, World War II. But
Like there was
literally
literally a time where people would go outside in the morning and go, "Good morrow to you."
Oh yeah, good morrow.
It's so weird that was like a thing, and then people wore those fucking wigs
And makeup.
Well, they still do, I think, in some parts of like England, in like a parliament or maybe parliament or like courts in England. I think they do wear the wig still.
I think so. And also, I will say, as somebody who has been to London and has seen Buckingham Palace, I think it's comparable to the White House that it's a little underwhelming when you see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like so when I've been to the White House and I've been to Buckingham Palace. Both places I was like, oh,
All right.
they're gonna look crazy like
Yeah.
when I get there, and they were kind of just like, yeah, like
I
kind of
mean,
normies.
I went to the White House, but the energy is crazy because the gate is like fucking 300 yards away from it.
yeah,
You know, and then it's like, and then we saw snipers walking on the roof. So I was like, okay, that's weird. But there's some times where you won't see the snipers on the roof. So like the White House was like, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of agree. Everyone standing around it made it more of that energy that was wild. But like, I agree. It's not like, it's way smaller.
like Abraham Lincoln's way more lit. Like going to the Lincoln
that
Memorial
thing's
is like
huge.
way more lit. Like
Yeah.
you're like, whoa, like this is crazy. Then like the Washington Monument's there and this big ass fucking pool where like fucking Forrest Gump ran through and shit. I was like, this is like, whoa.
Bro,
White
imagine
House, I
being-
was like, eh.
God, imagine being alive during those terrible times. Just terrible. Stinky, muddy, racist as fuck.
Dying like when you were like 35 from diarrhea.
Yeah.
Like I look back at those times.
Dysentery.
I look back at those times and I really think about like what my survival rate would be, and I would have died so fast. Like, did people have diabetes back then?
Probably.
I'm gonna look up when diabetes started.
Or you know what? It is weird knowing the origin of when certain sicknesses became a thing.
So the prevalence of diagnosed diabetes like started in like 1958.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
So there were just motherfuckers out here with diabetes
That didn't know it.
that didn't know it. Like they were just living with diabetes. No, wait. The first known mention of diabetes symptoms was in 1552 BC.
Fuck.
An Egyptian physician documented frequent urination as a symptom of a mysterious disease that also caused emaciation. Yo, that's kind of crazy. That's an Egyptian doctor was like, yo, you peeing like crazy? You might have this weird ass disease that no one knows about.
We believe this man is carrying diabetes.
We believe this man is pee-peeing his pants.
What's wrong with you? Do you have diabetes?
Hezi-Ra was the Egyptian physician.
We believe this man's got diabetes.
Physicians began to realize that dietary changes could help manage diabetes in the 1700s and 1980s. All right,
Jesus Christ.
The 1800s and the 1700s. I'm a fucking idiot. But yeah, so now that I really think about it, when did cancer start?
That's going to be like newer.
So old. Wait.
Or maybe not.
No, yeah, our oldest description of cancer, although the word cancer was not used, was discovered in. The Egyptians had all this shit figured out kind of early, but they just didn't know how to treat it. The earliest
Because
cancer,
everybody was getting every disease known to man back then.
1500 BC, the oldest scientific documented case of disseminated cancer was that of a 50 to 40-year-old Scythian king who lived in steppes of southern Siberia 2,700 years ago.
Crazy, man.
So, like, if you really think about it, not to be a conspiracy theorist, like, obviously, like, there's processed foods and other stuff that you could consume that could give you cancer, right? Like, there's things that could give you cancer, cigarettes, whatever. But cancer been around a long time. And I always think about it. If it's been around for this long, how have we not found a cure for cancer?
Because some things aren't that easy in life, I guess.
You know, it's like we find like all these treatments. And then I think of guys like Steve Jobs, right? This guy was like one of the richest men in the world. You know, fought cancer, lost his battle with cancer, right? You would think that if you have so much money that you could figure out a way to just eradicate cancer.
Right.
But now we're kind of just in a place where people think like, oh, we have the cure, but we don't put it out. Like there's conspiracies about that shit that like that cancer has been cured for years and no one just is like saying anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I kind of think, I mean, money can't save everything, I guess, unless you're fucking Magic Johnson. But
Yeah, Magic Johnson is just like, I don't even consider him to be HIV positive. Like he'll die of something else, other than AIDS.
yeah, he's a very healthy man, it seems. And but they're like there are conspiracy theories, and everyone has their own things and where stuff comes from. But you got to be careful getting too deep into that shit because some people lose their fucking ways.
Yeah, no, a lot of people lose their ways when it comes to like obviously conspiracy theories. I feel everyone in their life goes through a conspiracy
But
theorist.
having all that having a
life.
lot of money doesn't mean shit when it comes to certain diseases, though.
Yeah, but that's the craziest thing to me is that you can get pancreatic cancer, right? And it's like it's a wrap.
Yeah,
No matter how
some
rich
things,
you are.
some things are a death sentence regardless. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much fucking money you have. Yeah,
That's just it's just kind of crazy to me that we just haven't figured that out. We've as people, and not saying me, I'm just saying as human beings who are in the field that work on this every day, right? We'll probably hear this and be like, "That's so ignorant." Like we do so much work and we do all this stuff, right? But for me, it's like it's been enough time though that we've had to have found a way to get rid of this fucking thing at some point. Like I really hope there is a day where they're just like, "Oh, we have cures for it."
yeah, fucking. I mean, I wish there was too, but they're just at the end of the day, it's like money's not going to fucking solve everything. So
No, and it's just like so.
it doesn't matter.
So what do we blame? What do we blame it on? It's like
can't.
there's not enough research, or is there not enough money for research?
Can't really blame it on anything. People have been raising money for cancer for like fucking 100 years.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you and I have donated a good amount of money to cancer.
I think there's probably progress in some fields.
research.
But there's progress, but I mean, there's some things. I mean, you still have chemo, and you have ways to battle it early at certain levels and certain stages. But then there's some things. That's why it's important to check yourself and get fucking figured out right away.
But that's the other thing.
It's very
too.
depressing conversation.
No, but it's a real one though. It's like it's a situation. It's just like stuff that I think a lot of people resonate with the show because this is like kind of like stuff like we just sit around and like think about and it just comes in our heads. Like
Yeah,
and
there's
I'm like,
also
it doesn't really make
so
any
many
sense.
people that have been affected by it too, and families and shit.
You know what I mean? And it's just like I think about it. It's one of those like double-edged swords where it's like you want to be like inquisitive about it, but then if you're like too inquisitive, it becomes disrespectful.
Yeah,
It's like you're making a mockery of the work
I guess
and the progress.
fuck
It
people.
just doesn't make any sense to me. And that could sound ignorant or not, but for me, it's like we spend so much money on so much other shit like missiles and fucking drones and all this other shit. Like let's make sure like people don't fucking die from cancer.
Yeah, it's true.
That would be really nice if we somehow figured that out. That we could possibly make people live longer, which is amazing, but also like make people live without cancer free. Anywho's before we get into before we get into Ray J, I want to go into our ads and get our lovely sponsors out of the way here because they pay the big bucks to be here. But our first sponsor of the week is obviously our friends at Hellofresh. I love everything about Hellofresh. There's nothing that I've said on this show that should make you not also love HelloFresh. And here's a couple of reasons why you should love HelloFresh. You can have any kind of dietary plan that you're working with, any kind of caloric intake that you're working with, any type of dietary restrictions that you have. BetterHelp has something for everyone. And the best thing about it is they have farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients, seasoned recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and save money. That's the big one. On your trips to the grocery store by going to HelloFresh.com/LOP16 and use code LOP16 for 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. If I came to you and said, hey, I'm going to give you 16 free meals, over time. And then I'm going to give you 3 free gifts. Do you want that? Everyone and their mother would say yes. All right. And listen, HelloFresh works with your schedule. So if it's like, hey, I need something that's quick, they got 20-minute meals. I need something that I want to do food prep but not too much work, they have low prep. And the best thing about it too is they have very easy cleanup options. It doesn't become this thing that overtakes your entire kitchen and makes you drive yourself crazy. And it also teaches you how to cook. You know what I mean? HelloFresh has saved me many of minutes when I use the 20-minute meals. Let me get in, let me get out, let me eat, I'm out. I'm not a big cook. I'm not very good at it because HelloFresh gives me all the steps, all the ingredients, pre-portioned, ready to go, 20 minutes, I'm in and I'm out and I'm eating a meal that actually tastes fantastic. So if you go to HelloFresh.com/LOP16, you will get 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. That's HelloFresh.com/LOPS. And go and get yourself those 16 free meals and get yourself some free gifts. I love free gifts. Thank you to our friends over at HelloFresh. Also, we have other friends who are very awesome, and it's our friends over at Liquid IV.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. Our
Get
friends
that
over
IV
at
in
Liquid
you
IV. It's time to play. No stakes, no pressure, just pure enjoyment. Fuel your play with Liquid IV for hydration that's 2 times faster than water alone, because life's better when you're hydrated, and that's 100%. So listen, how do you fuel when you play? You know, first thing in the morning before a workout, when you feel run down? Is it daily hydration maintenance after a long night out? Liquid IV covers all of those things. You know what I mean? And it's conveniently packaged. They come in these little packets that pre-portion that you just have to rip open and dump into your water. And the other thing too is, when you're putting something in water and you're drinking it, you want to know what's in it, right? So let me tell you, it contains 5 essential vitamins, B3, B5, B6, B12, and vitamin C, with 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks. Liquid IV has 10 refreshing flavors like Concord grape, lemon lime, pina colada, my personal favorite, tropical punch. It's non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. Liquid IV is also on a mission to save the world. For every purchase, they donate a serving to someone in need. To date, Liquid IV has donated over 24 million servings globally. All right? And this is what you could also do. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 15% off when you go to Liquid IV. That is the letter IV.com, liquidiv.com, and use code LOPS at checkout. So that's 15% off anything you order when you shop. Better hydration today. Get it now. Use promo code LOPS, LOPS, at liquidiv.com for 15% off anything in your cart. That's it. Thank you to our sponsors. We love you guys. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate it.
Are you a big chapstick guy or like lip gloss? Boy?
Yeah, I'm a big cocoa butter guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you never have chapped lips.
No, it's because I'll tell you, there's 2 things.
You have very delicate, nice lips. You know?
Thank you. I've actually heard that before.
You do. You have they're very gentle lips.
Yeah, they are very gents. I have very gent lips, and I will tell you,
have gent lips.
I will tell you what I do, and I will give my secret away. I have a couple of secrets. People say I have nice skin, and then people say I have nice lips.
We do. We do deal with very bad ingrown stuff, though. That's our
sure.
That's our curse
For sure.
But we do have nice skin. You're right.
I get ingrown hairs from body hair. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
body- yeah,
But,
yeah, yeah.
Usually my skin is relatively acne free. When I was a kid, it wasn't like that. I was all bumped up, like
you and
on
me
my
were
chin and shit.
you and
I
me
was
were
all
bumped
fucked up.
Yeah, we were like braille faces.
So there's a couple of things that I do. I moisturize like a fucking bitch.
Right.
You know, I moisturize my ass off. Literally, I'll sit in my bathroom and just moisturize my
The
ass.
ass?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
moisturize my ass.
Do you have PTSD from that fucking?
Yeah, I do for sure.
From the
cyst.
Yeah, from the cyst from hell.
100%, dude. It was so stinky, so gross.
The thing was legendary, man.
I always think back to the nurse.
So stinky, so gross.
I always think back to the nurse cutting it open, her just going, "Ugh."
Oh, really?
Yeah, it stunk so bad that I gagged this fucking professional nurse.
Jeez.
She was like, that was the smelliest one I've ever smelled. Like,
Damn,
here's the
dude.
thing. Here's the thing about like doctors and shit.
It's just
and
buildup.
nurse. It's just build up and like ingrown hair. But doctors kind of get off on shit like that. Like they're like, oh man, like they probably argued about who's gonna pop this thing on my ass and like
Right.
drew straws
You
because they
can't- well,
love that shit.
You can't have a weak stomach and do that job, though.
No, they're
You
into
know?
that. They're like, I want to see what comes out of this kid's ass.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
she drew the straw and came out there and plucked my ass open.
Yeah.
And I almost sent her to the shadow realm with the smell of my ass. It smelled like chicken that you leave in a fridge that's unplugged and then you open it.
Jeez, it was really like that. It was like some real rotten shit.
It was terrible.
Oh my
It was
God.
terrible. It was terrible, man. It was really bad. It was disgusting. But
Sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah.
That's some scary shit.
I'm just trying to live life, dude, with just like a regular ass.
I mean,
You know what
that's fucking gross. Yeah, it's
And
fucking disgusting.
So for me, after that, I really took like personal hygiene like up a notch.
yeah.
So, what I do is I wash my face twice a day. What I've been using, there's two things I use. I use Pharrell's thing now.
He has lip gloss. I mean, I keep saying lip gloss. He has chapstick.
He has chapstick. No, he has a face wash routine that I use, and it's actually helped me with my skin very, very much. But I'm not going to say the name because they're not a sponsor.
Well, whatever
you guys can go find.
Whatever he's using is working because he's a fucking hip hop vampire.
Yes, and then I use an elixir on my face to kind of like open the pores of my face,
Like a LARPing, like medieval elixir,
I mean, in a way, it kind of is.
like a RPG video game elixir.
In a way, it kind of is, but I'm not. See, I like to
I'm
give
just imagining you before you put it on your face. You're like elixir. And it's
elixir.
like, scream.
It lights up, and I just walk through it.
Yeah,
No, it's So I do that. I wash my face twice a day.
that scared the shit out of me.
Oh, we said elixir, and Alexa thought we said Alexa.
Oh fuck,
Yeah, she's. I'm not sure.
that scared the shit out of me.
Those things 100% listen to everything we say, and somebody heard our talk about like cancer and the government, and somebody's listening to our
Yeah,
conversation.
someone's listening to it now. Yeah,
Big government is just like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Big pharma's coming for
They're
us.
gonna kill us and turn us into fucking wax people.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna get waxed. We're gonna turn into Waxonian museums.
So yeah, I wash my face twice a day. I exfoliate 3 to 4 times a week. I try not to exfoliate all the time, and
Wow,
then
it's very routinely.
very routinely. And then what I use is there's Palmer's cocoa butter chapstick.
What?
That is so good. I have not have I haven't had chapped lips in like 10 years. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, I'll wake up with like a little dry piece here.
Yeah.
And I'll pick it off. But I dab that thing on before I go to sleep and at night. And the other thing I use are these eye patches that get rid of these fucking bags. on my eyes, dude. So I'm full boss bitch when it comes to cosmetic shit.
I was obviously blessed and cursed with these fucking big old suckums.
Yeah, but I don't really see that your lips get chapped. It's just you have way more. You just have way more.
way more lip for it to happen. You know what I mean? Because back then in high school, they were always getting chapped, and I never used anything. Now I use chapstick a lot,
You have to use it every. You have to use it every day.
Yeah, especially as you get older, because it's like, you know, people be, I'm like, yeah, what's cracking? They'd be like, my lips.
Oh, the other thing that will change your
What's
life
cracking, kid? Yo, lips.
The other thing that will help you is you wear sunscreen.
Oh yeah. I heard that's a thing too, yeah.
Facial moisturizer that has SPF in it.
Whatever, you're fine
very
as
good.
long as you're not on some. I thought you were gonna say some like you gotta use like fucking ostrich milk.
No.
Like people are so weird. They're like, yeah, you gotta use like ostrich sperm on your face.
No, there's so many chemicals in a lot of these things that you have to just kind of be careful.
But that's why people go to natural things because they're that's why they will do ostrich sperm because like you look at the back of a bottle and it's like, yeah, this just got sodium bromates.
Yeah,
there's
fucking so much shit that we don't know that we're putting on our body. And my favorite soap that I use is Kiehl's Man Scrub.
Oh, I've heard of Kiehl's.
If you go to Kiehl's and you get these fucking bricks of soap, they're so fucking good.
Yeah.
They run out pretty fast, and like, you know, Kiehl's is a little overpriced. But like for me, it works. It's the best. It's the most clean I've ever felt getting out of a shower with a bar of soap.
Right.
So that's like my go-to, and that's like what I usually do. That's like my daily thing.
God, it's so funny. Like this just makes me think how like not normal, but this just makes me think how sensitive we are as boys. Like we're just like taking care of ourselves. And like there are people who literally fucking like go to jail just to chill with their boys.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. There's
like
more
straight
people,
murderers out there who like eat wood.
There's more people out there that have gone to jail just because they want to like have 3 meals.
Right.
And like
we'll scrap, but we're delicate boys though.
Yeah, I'll go, but like I want to go home too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, you know,
I just saw like
nothing's more important than going home.
No, I just saw a video. They're looking for these 2 guys in Chicago that robbed and killed like this high sous chef recently, and like I don't know.
Shit, I heard about that.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to the guy. I don't know if he was standing up for himself, which like I understand why some dudes do that. I'm the same way. I say it all the time. Like when I got my chain,
yeah,
I was like, I remember telling my friend goes, bro, you gotta be careful where you wear it. And I knew he was right.
Yeah.
But like the fucking the goated I don't give a fuck animal was being like, no, I'll kill 4 dudes. And I was like, no, I won't. I
know.
Like you know how hard that is to kill 4 guys?
It's so easy to think that we can do that.
Right, because our confidence.
It's confidence, and I think we've had situations in the past where we've had to stand up for ourselves. So like,
right,
we're not afraid to do it again.
Right, I literally almost fought 3 Albanian guys once.
Yeah, dude. You know, and like it becomes a situation where there are times where I think about like, do I want to wear my watch outside?
Where am I going?
Where am I going? Do I want to wear? Do I have to wear my watch outside? You know, and it's like
it's pride.
Yeah. And it's like,
but
you know,
a lot of the
like,
time you gotta swallow it.
Yeah, like or like I worked hard for this watch, or like, you know, I worked hard for, you know, the nice things that I have. But then it also like I have moments where I'm like, I don't need any of this shit.
Yeah, because you're just like, is my life mentally improved at all?
Yeah, and it's like, it like, what are my fears still? Like, what am I still afraid of? Like, thinking like something would make me, you know, less fearful. A lot of it like becomes distractions, right? But for me, it's like I had certain goals in my life that I wanted to get to, and I've done them. I really have. It's like when I was a kid, I wanted a Rolex watch. You know, I have 2 now. You know, so it's like I wanted to do stand up. I did it. You know what I mean? I wanted to be an entertainer. I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. Like, I've done all these things. And now it's just like, I don't want to be one of those people that you think about and it's like they rested on their laurels and like, oh, I achieved everything I wanted to do, so now I'm just going to coast. For the first time in my life, I'm like, I want to do mad shit.
Right, but we've got a taste of a bunch of our goals and there's a part that wants now you're like, now where do I go next?
Well,
because it's very addicting to achieve goals.
Yeah,
because then you're like, fuck, now what do I do next? How do I get it? How do I get that feeling again?
But now it used to be, I want to do this for status symbols. I want to do this so I could be respected or like in this certain type of thing and like get reservations at this restaurant and do this stuff. The older I get, honestly, the more that stuff doesn't mean anything to me. You know what I mean? Like,
it's all gonna, yeah.
It all fades. Bullshit. Like, I'm looking to sell like my sneaker collection. Like, I'm looking to like to do other things because it's like these things like aren't important to me at this point in my life. Like, I'll hold on to the sneakers that I love and like that were like my grind pieces, like my grails and stuff.
Yeah,
I'll hold on to
the ones that really have sentimental value
to me, and like they'll sit with me and they'll stay with me. But then it's like, why do I need 10 pairs of Yeezy 350s? Like, why do I need so many pairs of 700s?
And is it improving your life in any way?
That's what I'm talking about. That's
like,
what I'm trying to get at.
It looks cool to go out, but how many times have you gone out and you set up a whole fucking fit and you got nice and you go out and it was just a normal ass day?
Yeah.
Like, no one was like, yo, you look good.
But a lot of times,
you know that's what you're really going out for. I mean, it is nice to look good in front of people. You don't even have to necessarily be fucking looking for that. But a lot of the time, you're going out because you want motherfuckers to notice you look good.
Yeah, but like over the last year, my biggest thing was I want to fix my credit. You know what I mean? Like, my credit was $599.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I got with a company that, like what you did, to help fix your credit.
Yeah.
And they got my credit score up to 741.
Right. Well, I paid off my debt and then it went up.
Well, yeah, no, I paid off debt that I had to pay.
Yeah.
But they helped me figure out how to use, leverage your credit. You know what I mean? How to do that.
And debt, although very normal, is a really fucking scary thing. It's fucking financial quicksand.
Bro, it's terrifying. And it's like...
It's just like slowly suffering and like not able to get shit that you want, apartments even now too as well, especially in New York.
Dude, that was the thing. Like back in the day, I had to get a co-signer for an apartment. I just never had my life together. Like I would have like all these cool little things. And it's like, oh, like, dude, you can't even get an approved for a studio apartment. You know what I mean? So, like, and I'm going to shout them out, too, because they fucking helped me out so much. They're called JDM Capital Solutions. I'm not getting paid for this, but I reached out to they got my credit from $599 to $741, dude. That's fucking insane. And, like, now I could apply for an apartment. I could apply for a loan. Like, these are the things I care about more as I get older. You know what I mean? And like those things are just more important to me than like having every fucking Jordan 1 release that comes out. Now every once in a while though, I break.
You know what's fucking dumb? You know what's dumb as fuck when you're rich? Fucking stupid. Who gives a fucking shit? Chandeliers.
Yeah, chandeliers
fucking suck.
I will tell you this though.
Who gives a fuck about chandeliers?
I have one argument towards that.
It looks like your house is wearing a necklace. It's fucking stupid.
It is. And it's so dumb that I do want one at some point in my life. And here's why.
They're dumb.
Here's why. When I finally own where I live, I've never owned where I live.
Yeah.
And that's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing to think about. Because, listen, some people are out there just comfortable renting their whole lives and like doing go for it. You know what I mean? Like, I love that. But just knowing like, I'm getting ready to move. I'm moving to Jersey City.
Right.
To save some money because it's like...
Thank God you are, because I don't know why the fuck you were paying where you
Yeah, and it's now. Like... And I have great views. I can see the Statue of Liberty from my apartment.
Yeah. And that's a new move that everyone's doing. It's a good move.
Yeah, I just think that at this point in my life, I don't have... One, I don't have the money to just blow money on rent. It's just one of those things. Like, it's... people see, and a part of that's my fault, like, because, like, I have fresh shit, and, like, I'm fresh, whatever, but a lot of it's, like, it's bullshit. So there's so much of what you see on Instagram, and everybody knows this, it's just nonsense, and, like, I think the reason people resonate with me is because we're brutally kind of honest people. You know what I mean? We say what we feel. We say what we want to say.
Yeah.
Usually when we want to say it, we're not assholes, but like we have opinions. We're opinionated guys, right? The hardest opinion to have is the truth with yourself. So when you see your rent raised $1,200, you're like, listen, I love New York City more than anybody else in the world, right?
Yeah, but
I can't afford to live there. I just can't.
Nah, dude. Life should be about peace, not forcing yourself to look fucking rich.
Nah, dude.
It
took me a while.
And also, a lot of rich shit doesn't even look comfortable. Have you ever seen like where Drake lives? Like, it looks like no one sits on the furniture. It's all boxy. It looks hard.
Yeah.
Like rich places look so fucking uncomfortable. Like you can't fuck on any of it. It's like fucking. It just looks like stiff.
I will say
the cushions look like they're fucking hard and shitty. Unless it's the bed, then the beds look dope, like the bedrooms and shit like that.
I have started growing an interest towards interior design because whenever I do own a house, like that's like the next like thing.
You want to build it yourself, I think.
Right? Like when I first saw Drake's house, I was like, this is a person with money, and this house is kind of ugly though. Like the inside of his house is like it's kind of ugly. It's not the cool, like for someone with that much money, you could have made your house way cooler.
A lot of rich places just don't look comfortable. They don't look like
they don't look lived in.
Like you just have it there because it's rich and there's mad room and shit. Like I want a house one day so I can be like I own a house just like everybody else.
Yeah, why not?
But like fuck a chandelier. Also, have you ever realized that testicles are basically just thigh chandeliers?
Yeah, dude. We walk around with chandeliers.
We walk around with
meat ears.
Yeah. These fucking sack chandeliers.
Sackaliers?
They just hang.
Yeah, dude.
But they're not for show. They're purposeful. What do chandeliers have a fucking purpose?
Chandeliers are a status symbol. That's it. They show no purpose. It's just not. They are nonsense, but they look cool. That's the only thing. Like you can't judge.
They look dumb as fuck.
No, I've seen some cool shandies, dude.
I mean, I guess it depends on what they are, but I feel like chandeliers are like a fucking. That's like a rich monarch thing. They look like there's a lot of.
Have you ever seen in your life though a cool? I didn't mean to cut you off, but like I just want it while it's fresh in your mind. Have you ever seen a cool chandelier that you looked at and you were like, "Yo, all right, that's kind of cool."
No.
See, yeah. So then that's not. It's like it's not important. I've seen some chandeliers where my breath has been taken away by a chandelier.
I haven't seen all chandeliers. I've probably honestly only seen all lame ones that look like little crystals that you find in like a cave.
All right, so let me rattle off some.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like those little like baby chandeliers.
Yeah, those little prism crystals.
Yeah, prism crystals and like cubic zirconia.
I've never seen like a really customized. I'm sure you can customize them, so that'd be cool.
So all right, I'm gonna rattle off like a couple of like rich house things, and like you tell me if they're cool or chandelier, which is chandelier, like you don't care about it.
Okay.
Fountains.
Like what kind?
Like a big ass fountain in the middle of like an alcove, like a circle parking driveway.
No, that's too chandelier.
That's chandelier for you.
I don't like that.
You put it right up there with chandelier.
Yeah, that's too much chandelier because it's like, who gives a fuck? I can't swim in it.
That's true. Who's
it for? Birds? Fuck birds.
All right. What about indoor pools?
That's hot.
That's hot, right?
Yeah, that's fire.
All right. So what would you rather have, an indoor pool or an outdoor pool with a disappearing edge?
I would rather have
20 mil mansion, never live.
I like, believe it or not, I don't want my pool to be inside because I feel like being a part of water and nature, like I love the beach.
Right.
So I would rather any outdoor pool over
so you'd want like an outdoor pool overlooking the hills.
Yeah. Also indoor pool, like I don't know. I feel like it's easier for like my children to die in it.
That's true. No, that's a legitimate beef.
Outside, it's like a little bit. I'll feel less guilty.
No, that's legit. That's legit as fuck. Yeah. If they die outside, it's like they just died in the elements.
Yeah. If they die inside, I'm like, what kind of?
That's my fault. Yeah.
But if it was inside, I had the thing that goes the cover that just like like robot goes over.
Yeah.
Or
for sure.
Machine goes over.
All right. What about a doorman?
That's kind of fire.
Yeah, dude.
Because that's not to show off. That's just to be a lazy fuck, which everyone likes being lazier.
Yeah,
that's why we have Uber Eats. That's why you have fucking,
My thing is, I like doormen and security because it's not a status thing for me.
Right.
Like the where I'm moving has a doorman and shit. Right. But it's also like,
unless you're gonna shoot them with a shotgun by accident.
Yeah. That happened.
I know.
You know who that happened to, right?
Yeah, the basketball guy.
Yeah, there was a basketball player on the Nets, Jason Williams, where he was like messing around with his driver. He was like, "Oh, hey!" and then fucking blew him away with it.
Yeah, that's God, that poor guy.
Yeah, dude.
Can you imagine both. Acting cool and then like, oh my God, I killed him.
You fucking shoot your driver and kill him. He's like, "Look at this gun!" Wow.
Also, can you imagine getting that job, which is not dangerous at all,
and probably hard as fuck to get,
and probably hard as fuck to get.
It's like, and he was an all-star.
Yeah,
basketball player.
Yeah.
So it was like.
And you love your job and it's safe, and then the next thing you know, it's not, you're dead. See, that to me is the kind of thing that happens where I'm like, okay, God or something has to be involved. Like this fucking poor guy, like he chose one of the safest jobs to do. You know what I mean? You drive around a lot. Driving, I think, increases the danger, but he didn't even die from driving. He got shot in his fucking chest.
By the guy who drives around.
By a dude who was being a dickhead. I think he was drunk, right?
Yeah, he was just messing around with a gun.
Messing around. Didn't mean to kill him. But like, that's the number one thing right there, where it's just like, that makes me think, go out and experience life.
Yeah.
Because I could literally live at home as much as I want, and I could slip one day and fall on a fucking night. There was another guy who fucking slipped and fucking cracked his fucking mug on like his counter or something as he was falling, landed on his jug, slit his shit open, and died in his house. Just getting coffee.
What a horrible way to die.
That is very horrible, but it's fucking kind of hilarious. But Because I'm
You never
laughing
think-
because I'm
you never
thinking
think
about
you're
me.
more-
I don't
yeah.
leave the house. Like you can die anywhere, dude. You can die from fucking poisoning, from fucking what the hell's wrong with me? From carbon monoxide
Oh yeah, your house can kill you.
in your own house.
Yeah, your house can murk you. Hard.
You're not. So you're just. That's honestly. I know this sounds weird, but that's what's pushed me to like be like, dude, it can happen anywhere. Just fucking go outside.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
You
when I was like
you
staying
die-
home a lot of the time.
You could die so fast, so quick, meaningless death.
Yeah,
you know?
no, you really can.
Yeah, this guy was making a cup of Joe, and the cup of Joe fucking cut his whole goddamn fucking throat open.
Yeah, dude.
That's why I don't drink coffee.
That's why. Yeah, a cup of Joe turned into a fucking goddamn fucking
This guy fucking prison assassinated himself.
dude, and just accidentally just happened to just fall and break it, and just the way everything happened while he was
Bro,
falling.
you'd be
The
surprised.
sequence of things.
You'd be surprised how many people die at home compared to dying outside.
Oh,
So many people. The
what we
Queen
al-
died at home.
What we also don't realize, yeah, right. But she was literally fucking like, just her heart beating was a danger. You know what I mean?
yeah. Just
she
like
was so old.
blood to get
Just
to like
holding her breath for 2 seconds would have killed her.
yeah, just the blood, like the amount of work the heart had to do to just pump blood
Pump
to her
up.
majesty
Right.
fingers.
Do you want to be in your 90s?
Not really.
She was very lively and very charming.
Yeah, I think she lived
In
she
her
lived-
90s.
She lived like pretty well up to the end. Like if you're gonna go, like if I'm gonna be 90 and be like that, cool.
I'm watching Cobra Kai the other night,
Yeah.
and they do a lot of flashbacks into Karate Kid.
Yes, I loved Karate Kid as a kid.
Yeah,
because his
and-
name was Danny.
Yeah, Danielson. And like it just made me see it goes back from the scene when they're talking and then back to the older scene when they're talking, and you just see age and how it takes its course. Age is a fucking weird thing, bro.
Yeah,
like imagine
dude.
if life was different. Imagine if we all live forever until something bad just happens to you.
Yeah, that's what it is. You
But
live
life is, you have no choice. There's no fighting against it. Aging just happens. You get droopier, you get fucking gray, you lose hair, whatever it is. It happens. Now, I don't know if that's just because that's how biological. I think that's just what we're set up. That's just what happens, right? Like,
Yeah, the aging
I don't know if
process.
it's gravity and everything on Earth.
Oh,
Who
I'm
knows?
sure all
There's
that
a
stuff,
whole bunch of
all
other
that stuff has to tie into
Yeah.
it. Stuff we don't even know about.
But
There's
it's-
some like
but-
metaphysical reasons
Right.
why our fucking faces get wrinkly
But
and
it's
shit.
weird though. Imagine it was different. I was just thinking about it the other day. Like this is how we are as humans, and we're used to it. But like aging is it's just a thing. But you look at old people sometimes, and you see that young face sometimes there.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's like it just. I sound so high right now, but it's true. It's just.
I think people think we've been high this entire episode.
Oh yeah, for sure. But aging is just such a wild thing to me. You have no choice. Like death is legit. It's there before it even happens.
Well, the worst
you know
thing-
what I mean?
the
Like
wor-
we know it's there.
The worst thing anyone ever said to me was, I was high. We were high.
yeah.
And I was smoking a fucking fat ass blunt, which I never really smoked weed like that.
Yeah.
But it was one of those nights where we're like, yo, our parents are gone. We're going to roll up, fucking smoke on the porch and get fucking high as fuck. And I was
Yeah.
like, damn, all right, I'll do it, I guess. Like, I'm safe. I'm sleeping here. Like,
Yeah.
I needed a checklist before I ever smoked weed. It was like, don't have to go home, staying here, have food, have like entertainment.
Yeah.
And I'm good. If
Yeah.
I have all that,
Yeah. Yeah.
I could get comfortably high.
Right. Of
I
course.
could get comfortably high. Of
course.
I really could. If it's like, if it's late enough,
Yeah.
people are asleep, there's no way I'm going to get caught.
Yeah.
Even to this day, I'm 33, I would still be afraid of getting caught being high.
Right. So
To
it's
this
like
day.
your anxiety was gone because you were controlling your environment.
Yes, the environment was controlled. And so I'm pulling on this fucking fat ass fucking blunt, just enjoying it. Like, yo, like, I'm actually like in a good high space. I have my fucking pothead fucking checklist. Like, everything's checked off.
Yeah.
And one of our friends goes, yo, isn't it crazy that the moment we're born, we start dying?
Right. And you're like, dude.
And
shut
I was
the
like,
fuck
yo,
up,
bro. And like, I was like, yo, that's crazy. And I didn't think about anything else but that for the rest of the night. It ruined my entire night.
it's a fucking, it's an interesting question, but it's like not fair when you're like, you know, because paranoia and pessimism when you're high is a terrible fucking mix.
Oh, dude, you have to be.
I mean?
All drug experiences have to be riddled
As
with
fuck.
positivity. Yeah, you can't just fucking smoke weed and start talking about fucking cancer.
No, because like you'll do it and you'll be able to think that you're even good on it sometimes, and then you'll be like, yeah, because like and you'll make a good point. You're like, yeah. You're like, cancer's cancer. That's fucked. And then like when you're high, your brain gets a little bit more profound. It starts cutting deeper when you don't want it to. And then you start thinking of like someone being like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
And you're like, fuck.
You know how many times I've fucking YouTubed what happens to your body when you die after smoking weed? It was like,
wait, what?
It was like 80%.
While smoking weed, like while high, you mean?
While high.
Oh, I thought you meant you die after smoking weed.
No, no, imagine. And I was like, came back to life every time. But like,
I still can't believe I had that night the other night with like my girlfriend in the room, thinking about like what would happen if I just killed me and her.
bro,
you were dying at that, dude.
Because I laugh at situations like that too, because I know what it's like to be that fucking high.
Right, because you don't want to do anything, but your brain just goes, what happens if the worst thing happened ever?
Yeah. And honestly, the only way that I could really think about it, if it's out of I can only control what I could control.
Yeah.
So that's why like I don't like to smoke weed and shit and like do drugs and drink alcohol because I feel like things become out of my control when I do stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, one of the first times I got high, I was looking up at the sky and I got my very first, like now I get it all the time sometimes. I have anxiety about space. It freaks me out.
Space scares the shit out of me.
Have
we were
I ever
talking
told
about it
you
last week.
Yeah, no, but did I ever tell you about like my dreams that I've had?
Where you're
Can
I guess one?
Yeah, do it.
You have dreams where you get like literally detached from like a spacecraft.
No, not even that. That's normal. Bro, I have like Nostradamus. I call them Lobsterdamus nightmares. I have dreams of like, and I guarantee you someone that watching the channel is going to be like, that's called like fucking hypernormia, canormia. But I have dreams of like the moon's crashing and planets colliding and like eating on Earth and like fucking blowing up the Earth. I have dreams of like,
damn, that's like real DBZ
I have dreams
shit.
of like Nebula X coming and fucking our planet in the ass. Like crazy dreams, bro.
So
you know that movie Melancholy?
Yeah.
Where the moon, where like whatever the other planet comes? I think it's it's X.
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to be on the course of hitting our planet. I have like these fucking Nostradamus-ass like high cataclysmic fucking nightmares.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I don't give a fuck about space. So that's why I'm like, am I the chosen one?
Yeah, but like maybe you're the one that has to go up. Like,
why am I having these? And then, dude, no, there's times where I'm fine, and then I'll look up and I'm like, oh my god, that's a sky, and like I get scared.
Yeah, no, the sky is.
It looks like it'll all swallow you up.
The sky is very scary. I will concur with you on that. I concur.
It is
that the sky is abnormally scary because it's fucking there.
It is.
I've been in it,
but like, is it? No, I'm just kidding.
You know, and this is why I always have problems with people that like base jump and then it's like kind of sad when they die, you know? And it's like, yeah, it's sad that when you die, like, but like you kind of,
I hate people that also, I'm sorry to interrupt.
You kind of like, you did that though. You know what I mean? It's a horrible thing, but like humans, we're not supposed to be jumping off of towers.
No, and I hate to interrupt, but they go, at least he died doing what he loved. And I'm like, yeah. And on the way to dying, he was like, like, what the fuck? You think he really loved that? I don't really think so. Not that at least he died doing what he loved. Yeah, smashing his skull into a rock because he was free climbing. But at the same time, though...
Fuck that.
But at the same time, though... All right, there's this guy on Instagram. He free climbs, whatever it's called, buildings. Have you seen that guy?
Yeah, I've seen him.
And he's this fucking insane, like, Frenchman or something. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what the fuck he is. But I saw someone go, what the fuck's wrong with you? And he goes... the same thing that's wrong with any other person that loves what they love doing. And I'm like, you know what, man? If your dream is doing these outrageous extreme things and you go up that high and you do it all the time because you get this rush from it and you love it, good for that guy.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
That's an amazing thing because like you're pushing yourself to limits.
Right, but fuck that also.
It's just like when you die though, it's gonna be hard for me to like be like, oh, this is a tragedy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you jumped off the fucking Space Needle. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's going to be hard for me to be like, oh my God, it was a tragedy. I'm like, no, like you have a very high percentage of dying, sir.
Right.
Like,
and what a thing to passionately like sign on the dotted line with your life, though.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Ever see those guys before they jump? They're like, I love you, boys. I'm
Yeah,
like,
they
that's
just
too
do
much.
it. They do it, and when
Too
when
much.
and then when bro,
Way more badass than I ever.
can't even think about looking over like the Empire State Building right now, or I get anxiety. And these guys are like, oh man, barely have any room to stick my fingers in, and they're climbing this fucking, I don't even know how many stories. Like,
It's usually all white dudes.
yeah, it's like French,
like
crazy
Russian
French
dudes,
white guys.
Like they love to full send.
Right. But I felt him. It's crazy how much. It's crazy how powerful passion and love is for something.
Yeah.
Because someone was judging him, and he goes, "I would never tell you. I would never judge you." He wrote in the comments. He goes, "I would never judge you for doing what you love."
No,
But I think the only difference is that what they love is fucking ridiculous.
yeah, people love ridiculous shit. You know what I mean? There was that amazing.
And it's illegal as well, by the way.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then also, there's like that. There was that documentary about that kid that like climbed up a mountain. He was like the best like fucking mountain climber in the world. I can't remember what his name was. And then like he went up this dangerous mountain and like disappeared. I was like, what else do you expect is gonna happen, bro?
Yeah.
When you go up to these fucking mountains by yourself,
Yeah.
and try to do all this gnarly shit. Like, yo, like he went out doing gnarly shit, and like that's cool. But it's gonna be hard for me to be like, that's so sad,
Right,
dude. You went up there where people have died before and frozen. To
I
death.
would imagine though that there's probably the very rare ones who are like, yeah, this is badass, and then they do die.
dude.
And then they do die. And honestly, those guys are fucking heroes.
Like Rambo, like John Rambo moments. Like
Yeah.
he's like, yo, whatever.
Yeah,
like
it
if
is
I'm
what
gonna
it
die,
is.
it's gonna be on a
It
mountain.
is what it is. Yeah, and to be honest though,
I
too,
wish I could be that comfortable with death to do shit like that.
Well, that's what I was going to say next, is that I think there are some people who do get to that moment when most people, when they do die, there is for some people that have talked about it who have lived, they talk about this acceptance.
yeah, this endorphin
this
release where your
wave.
body's kind of like,
Yeah, this wave that just goes over you where you go, fuck it, it's over. You know, and I think about it, and also, obviously, I saw a tweet that was mad funny, but mad true and mad sad. And the dude goes, "This is the most. This is the most. Wait, what did they say? There we go. Yo, this is the leastest 9/11 I've ever seen in my life." And it was true, bro. I didn't see shit this year.
no.
I saw like one or two things.
Yeah, like so I watched and I promise we will get into Ray J and Kim Kardashian
Yeah, I do want to talk about it.
at some point.
We're doing another hour.
But there are moments where like I was watching the news and it was like 9/11, people talking at the memorial, super sad, been seeing it for 20 years. I'm still sensitive like to it, to see it. Like, you know, I almost forget about 9/11 until it shows up, and then I'm on CBS and watching all the stuff and like, oh man, like this person's daughter died and they've been dead for 21 years now.
Right,
like,
right.
You know, so it's like, this is fucking insane. So I'm watching the news and then I find out about I think a Penn Station policeman, some kind of transit cop. He used to pitch for the Red Sox. He pitched for the Red Sox for like 6 years.
Yeah, there's a lot of great stories like people like that.
And he was driving to the memorial. He was like, yo, I'm going to give up pitching and be a cop and like serve my community and do all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. He was driving to the 9/11 memorial yesterday. And a driver driving on the wrong side of the road fucking killed him.
Jeez. It's terrible.
This guy's going to the memorial to pay respects and gets fucking killed on the way there.
Yeah.
And then
somewhere there's some guy like, that's what life is.
yeah, right. He's like,
No,
this
it's
is what
not,
it is.
actually.
Like, no, that shit
That
is
fucking sucks.
that's sad.
That sucks.
That's the
ass.
sad death. That's a sad death.
Yeah.
That this guy
And you're going to go celebrate death.
you're going to you're going to die
Not
on your way to
celebrating death,
celebrate
but-
death.
Yeah, but you're like going to pay respects for death,
Yeah, dude.
and then boom, death. But
That's
but
so fucking so awful. That story crushed me, right?
that was yesterday. I mean, that was a few days ago.
It was yesterday. Yeah. And then I'm watching, and then the next story after that is a woman in Staten Island got hit by a car at an intersection, and the car hit her so hard that she flew into a fence, and it impaled her, and she died.
Damn, that's fucking Final Destination shit.
Bro, there has to be regulations against the news.
Right.
Of like, this, you have to be 18 years old to watch the news. Like,
Right.
you should not be a kid and be able to watch the news because
Yeah, and it's on prime time.
it's on
shit.
prime time, and you're like already super sad from 9/11 shit.
Yeah, and then I gotta listen to this douchebag going, and then sadly she was impaled. And you're
Yeah.
like, shut the fuck. Like, I
And
gotta listen to
and-
this.
and they showed a picture of her.
This
She looked
chick
live.
whose hair's done talking about it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and it's like these people are so numb.
Some guy with fucking makeup on.
It's like so tragic. Let's go to the Doppler, and then they went to the fucking weather right after. They're like, might have a little bit of a storm tomorrow. I was just like, this is, how do you give people information like that and expect them to be like, yeah, I want to hear about the weather? We are so desensitized to everything that goes on in the world, and you could see it just through Twitter, just from the
Right,
Queen's death.
but in a way, sometimes it can be good because I don't want to feel everybody's fucking pain. I would fucking lose my mind.
No, you
know?
can't do that. But then it's also like,
That's why I use comedy. That's why we use comedy. I
of
think, for a
course,
lot
you have to. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like there's things in life that are just way too serious that I don't have the mental aptitude to deal with on a serious level. I have to make a joke about it because I can't feel comfortable with it either way. Emotionally, I'm just too tied up in it.
Right.
It will crush me. Like I will collapse.
Like there is a part of me right now that wants to say never forget, but then there's a part of me also going like,
yeah, dude,
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying. Like
I don't know. It's because we see it all. We see death and all this shit all the time, but never forget. But no. But seriously though, like for most of you that probably don't know this, me and Danny actually have a cousin who died in the South Tower. I don't know which tower it was.
when the second tower, when the second plane got hit, she was there.
Second tower, and she actually had been going down, and then they told them to go back into their offices.
Yeah, which is super sketch.
And then the second plane hit, and then they were trapped, and she had no fucking choice because you can't. It's completely fucking cut off.
Yeah.
And she actually died. So shout out to Melissa Doy.
Yes.
A family member of ours, rest in peace to her. She died on 9/11. She was the second cousin of our mom and third cousin of us, I believe. And beautiful woman in her 30s doing her job. That's all she was doing that day. And it was a fucking terrible thing. And obviously it brought the country together and it brought New York together. And it was a beautiful thing that people got together. And unfortunately, it had to be through that. But
the Yankees almost won the World Series.
Yeah.
That sucked.
And
that was rough.
I remember, it was very emotional during that
Very
too.
emotional World Series.
Yeah.
George Bush came out and fucking zipped that fucking strike in there.
Yeah, that watch us throw.
Now watch this throw. Now watch this drive.
And yeah, it was
Crazy times, dude. We were there.
Melissa's phone call is actually one of the only 3 or 2 that's out in public. It's on YouTube, and it's actually in Zero Dark 30, the movie.
Yeah.
In the very beginning,
Yeah.
her call's there. And her mother, my mom's first cousin, gave permission to people to use it. And
Who's our aunt?
Yeah, who's our aunt, I guess. Yeah, sort of.
She's known as
Evelyn.
our aunt. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, like most people, they didn't find her body. So I remember the funeral being very fucking weird.
It was very weird, but then the dispatch caller came. I remember
she was
that.
there. She was in her uniform.
She was in her uniform.
Yeah,
that
and
was, that was pretty fucking heavy.
Yeah, it was really heavy. It was wild. It was a wild time, and to see my mom sad. I mean, my mom thought eventually. We thought our friend who was part of the Koski family. We thought she was there first because she was supposed to be around there. Then we thought my aunt lived in the city,
Annie
worked
Vet,
in the city.
yeah,
We thought
she was
she might have
close.
been there, but
Yeah.
then my mom remembered that Melissa worked there. So
And I think Melissa was supposed to be on vacation.
yeah, I think she was. Yeah.
You know,
very,
but
very,
like that
very,
goes
very wild.
that goes back to what we were saying. Like 9/11, tragedy.
Yeah,
A guy climbs Mount Everest and dies.
You deserve it. No, it's fucked. No, it's fucked up.
I mean, you're asking for
it's
it.
still a tragedy and it sucks, but it's like It's the same way that we could make a callback to the Queen. She was fucking 96.
Yeah,
guys.
dude. What was she gonna live to be 149 years old?
Right.
Like she was an old fucking lady.
But I get why, maybe not her for some people, but I get now also why you can also go for the guy that climbed Mount Everest. You can go, it's still an honorable death. You know, it's stupid.
To us, it's stupid.
But I think a lot of these people also know that they go into these dangerous things knowing they might die. I mean, Steve Irwin, for one, right?
Yeah.
This man worked with some of the most dangerous animals, and I think he knew his life was always on the line. And I think even when he was in trouble, he always told people to stay back, and he was like, I'm the one that will deal with it.
That's you back up now?
Yeah, that's a fucking wild thing to do there.
Oh, man, if I get bit out here, I'm going to be in trouble because I'm 95 kilometers from the nearest hospital.
And I know it sounds very alpha bro, but like I do respect the shit out of that guy. Like,
yeah, I respect anybody that could do gnarlier shit than me. From rip sticking,
right? As a research
to skydiving,
to skydiving,
skateboarding, to fucking cancer research,
yeah,
to all those people that are gnarlier than me. I respect the shit out of it. Now, some things are just higher on my priority list. Like, you know what I mean? Like 9/11 tragedy, yeah. You know what I mean? Guy goes spelunking in a fucking thing that he was not supposed to be there and dies. I don't really know.
Yeah, it's hard
sad.
It is sad, but also like, you know,
what the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
you know, it's gonna be hard for me to find it in my heart to really have
play with fire.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, like this guy's
Do
gonna.
we want them to die?
No. I want to see them fucking land it because it's gnarly.
But logically, are we allowed to go, well, you know? I think so. I think so.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm actually not sorry. Because like if that offends somebody, whatever.
Well, no, I think that a lot of these people go a certain length for selfishly their own thrills.
Yeah, dude, they're getting high off that shit.
Yeah, their own thrills. They're not, but then again, there are a lot of jobs out there too where people risk their lives for research or for protection for the country or whatever it may be. And, you know, I do, it's funny. I know we were making fun of the national anthem like last time, but like, I feel like a lot of people correlate people making fun of like a national anthem, like saying like, yeah, fuck soldiers, fuck warrior. Like,
yeah.
And that's never what I mean either. But at the same time, you got to be able to look at a lot of things. And this goes back to the death stuff and be able to look at how ridiculous everything is. Like even going to war, a lot of the time, there may be a reason that's good to you, but stupid to the rest of the fucking world, and you got to realize that too as well.
Yeah,
because
you got to realize
go to war, motherfuckers die. I mean, it happens.
As much of a
but
powerhouse,
I still honor them for going.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Listen, as much of a powerhouse of America is,
yeah,
the bigger the powerhouse, the more scrutiny you're going to get. That's just how it works,
right?
You know what I mean? So let's spin it like this: how would you feel if the president of the United States died?
Joe Biden right now?
Yeah, I get. All right, yeah. Let's just say Joe Biden. I was just saying someone in that thing,
just
but
the president.
But Queen Elizabeth was there for like 50 years, so
I
like,
think it depends on.
It's hard
I think it depends on who it is. If Joe Biden died right now, I wouldn't give two fucks. I really wouldn't. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'd be more shocked if Donald Trump died when he was in office.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about Joe Biden. And he's old as shit. Do I want him to die? No. But
no, of course
I don't give a fucking shit.
See, like how would you... The reason I asked that is because, like, what would you do if you saw the memes of, like...
English people
just, like, sunning... Like,
have a blast.
Having Kobe, like, cross Joe Biden's
Have a
ghost.
blast. He fucking looks way sicker than the Queen did.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know how that guy's doing anything of responsibility at all for a country.
Yeah, it's one of the
Do I want him to die though? No. And if English, like, I don't want him to die.
Alexa's like, call it off.
Yeah, no,
there's just like a red dot on your forehead.
Yeah.
Alexa was like, call it off.
No, I don't want anybody to die. But
I think you would cry
if Joe Biden died. Absolutely not. No. Why would I cry?
See, like, there's some...
That guy doesn't mean shit to me.
So, like, there was this weird era...
If Obama died, I would have fucking cried.
Yeah.
Because there was just more meaning behind his position. There just was. Now, both presidents are both presidents. And do I honor Joe for going out there and taking a very dangerous job at his age where he could be like assassinated in a way? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to fucking cry for the guy. I don't give a shit.
Right.
I'll say rest in peace, Sleepy Joe. Now you're sleeping forever. But but I'm not gonna like shed any tears for him. The reason I would have cried for Obama is because of so many things. I mean, it was our first black president, not even partially black at all, anything, even drip of blackness.
Yeah.
And getting there for the first time. I mean, it's a sad thing. It would have been more sad. But that's because of the situation. This is how things comes up. We're used to having older white dudes as president and all that. Now, does that mean that I want them to die and all that stuff? Again, no. I don't want anyone to die. I don't think anyone should ever get shot, especially over things like that. Just because you don't agree with someone doesn't mean you should start popping cats.
No, he just dies of natty causes.
Oh, then fucking definitely not. Because he's old. He's old.
Yeah, he is old.
You know, and like
He is old.
it really just comes down to being fucking realistic. Like,
would you feel like a sense though, like
just-
how the English people on Twitter, like how the people that like the Queen, like went hard? Like, do you feel like your patriotism would have to go hard if somebody said something about
because I
the leader of the free world?
No, because
dying?
I see through the whole fucking show. You know what I mean? It's all a show. Everything's a show. I appreciate him for going in a very risky position in his life, and I appreciate him for being at his age.
It's a thankless job.
Real talk. I appreciate him for at his age doing something of this caliber. It's a lot of work. I feel like I would die. I feel like I'm going to die sometimes just by taking the garbage out. You know what I mean? Like, he's not like I'm not saying he's like a bitch or anything by any means, but like I feel nothing for the guy because I don't know him and I don't care, and nothing that he says, or I think there's no connection to him.
Right. He doesn't resonate with
Right. Right. And again, though, if your question also, would I be pissed if like English people were getting at? Absolutely not. Have a blast.
Yeah,
it
would kind of be hard for me.
I really don't give a fuck about the guy enough.
Like, when does
You know?
when does your patriotism? I'm not saying you, like people. Like, when does patriotism start and stop? Like, because Republicans would be like, well, Sleepy Joe, like you said, Sleepy Joe is sleeping forever. You know what I mean? It's like what are we gonna do?
It stops for me when you come at me and you're like, "Fuck you, you American bitch," because then I'm like, "All right, let's slow down now."
Right.
Like I said before earlier in the show, America's not classy at all. It's a rich dump, but it's my fucking rich dump. I don't know anything else besides America.
Right.
So, but I'm not gonna hand something out or be cool with.
America's
everyone
got its
expressing-
problems, but like America's pretty cool.
It's a circus, though.
Yeah.
And I know that it's a circus, but it's my fucking circus. And at the end of the day, if people like, I don't really get mad when people make fun of America as a whole, but when someone's like, "You American little bitch," then I'm like, "All right, bro."
Yeah. Right.
Now
rock,
I got
rock, flag, and eagle.
Now
after
I
that.
gotta smack red, white, and blue all over my tits and make you suck from them. Suck this freedom milk, because I'm not gonna just be called like an American. My friend did it to me the other day, joking around. And I love Australia. Australians are my favorite people in the world. But he goes, "You American boy," and I was like, where is this coming from? From upside down? Where and it's like, they call it that because all your logic is upside down. No one gives a shit about anything that you think about.
Yeah, we just have kangaroos jumping all over the place.
I remember like it
At
was
least
like
they have cool rats.
It was funny. I'd never felt like I had to defend my country verbally, but he was fucking with me. He's like American fuck, like something like that. And I'm like, "Oh, that's rich coming from somewhere that no one gives a fuck about." Like, joking though.
Prime Minister.
Joking though, because deep down I know Australia, Thailand, Venezuela, every country, just like a bee in the bush, plays a fucking role. You know
Right.
what I mean? But if you're gonna fucking come at me and be ridiculous, then I can be just as ridiculous.
Bro, these colors don't run, brother.
These colors don't run, baby.
you stood up for your country. Dude.
I would never, and I don't
proud
want
American moment.
And
for
I
you.
don't want, the only other place I would ever even consider moving is somewhere I would visit first and then do it, is like Tokyo, Japan.
Yeah, because
maybe like
they're all
Japan.
passive like you.
Yeah, everything's chill, everything's laid back.
They have cool.
And, like,
they have cool sushi conveyor belts.
I just respect their ability to be respectful of each other too, as well. I just think America, as much as I love America and how all the opportunities that are here, like we lack respect in so many fucking pockets. It's just disgusting.
For sure. I mean, even us just being like, if the president died, we wouldn't care. Is like disrespectful.
Right?
Like, but but it's like.
But I love America for the nuance that it has.
That's like the tug of war, right?
Right.
It's like you could have that feeling, but it's just like it's kind of disrespectful, but it's like also American at the same time.
Well, I wouldn't be who I am right now if I wasn't American.
God, dude, love being American.
I think now I know some people will be like, well, you can be the way that you are anywhere, and that's true, but there are a lot of me that comes from living in an American lifestyle.
Yeah.
How we grew up younger when we were in elementary school and middle school and growing up with that, it made us stronger. It made us a little bit thicker with our skin. It made us and now it breaks a lot of people too. You know what I mean? The country will break a lot of people as well, but I love everything. Like, I don't see myself dying in like another country. I want to die in America.
God, that's bars.
Dying in America.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's a fucking movie, dude.
All right.
And you know what's more American than anything else in the world? Fucking Disney.
Disney. Yeah, dude. Disney's got some...
Did you see me playing that game the other day?
Yeah. So
Disney sucks, man. But also, it's amazing.
Didn't they like... All right, so...
Most American thing ever.
So Disney created a game that's pretty much like...
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing just for like Disney shit.
Yeah, like you go around picking, like planting crops and harvest, and then Mickey just shows up like, "Ha, what's up, pussy fuck?
Hey, what's up, huh?
What's up, neighbor bitch?
What's up, slut?" But I saw that they got in trouble for some like racist stuff.
Your fence is on my property, haha.
But they got in trouble for
fucking brown idiot, haha.
Get your brown fucking feet off my goddamn lawn, you goddamn Mexican.
Wait, the game did?
Yeah, so Disney... What's the name of the game?
Dreamlight Valley.
Dreamlight Valley racist.
No, Multiverse has got in trouble recently.
That's what it was. Multiverse got in trouble.
Yeah, so for people that don't know, Multiverse is basically a bunch of your favorite cartoons put together. It's like Super Smash Bros., but not Nintendo. And Velma from Scooby-Doo has a super special move where she calls the police on you.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes,
she puts up a picture of some random white guy and then calls the police. But I think LeBron James is in the game.
Yeah, it's Space Jam LeBron.
So people were fucking.
She saw LeBron James and called the cops on him for nothing.
People were using that special move against people of color in the game.
Thelma can't call police,
and it's very it looks very bad. Obviously,
LeBron just standing there in his basketball jersey.
So the thumbnail they chose was LeBron in his Space Jam jersey, I think, or no, what is it?
Yeah, it's his Space Jam jersey,
and it's Velma holding up a fucking sign that looks nothing like LeBron, and then a police car rushing in. So it got like, it's just a very. How do you miss this? How the fuck, as a creator, do you miss this?
Yeah, people are getting banned for having Thelma call police on black members of the multiverse
because people were overdoing it.
Yeah,
and making clips out of it and shit. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even if it's anyone using it, now there are a lot of people in comments getting super pissed about this change.
Yeah, of course. Because
white.
Yeah.
But not only just that, I'm sure there are some people also who aren't white who are just like, hey, leave games as B, stop doing that. I don't understand why people get so mad about these things. It's so weird. If they change it, they change it. It's their fucking game. Did you even main Velma, bitch? Did you even use Velma? Probably not.
Yeah, probably
people just like to get mad about things.
Yeah. They do.
On every angle.
They enjoy it.
But I get why people are like, hey, dude, I wasn't using it for that cause. Of course not. And the people that created it, I don't think they meant it that way either. But, leave it to people to make, shit a little awkward.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Little Mermaid. People are fucking pissed.
Yeah, they're up in arms that she's like
Ariel's
little bit black.
Yeah, that Ariel's POC. People are very upset.
I don't get it. I don't get it. And listen, people are gonna be like, well, how do you not get it? Like Ariel's like this, and like the character's established. I was like, nobody. I don't care though. Like the fact that you're in uproar because the fucking she could sing her ass off too.
Oh my god, no, she's an amazing singer. But people were going, how would you like it if Princess and the Frog was a white girl? Because Princess and the Frog takes place in New Orleans, but is literally written as a black woman,
right?
Who is trying to make better, and then you have the whole the frog element, the kissing a prince frog.
Yeah, but then they're like also like the prince frog,
but it's written that way. Little Mermaid was not written white redheaded bitch lives under the sea.
Right.
That's not written that way.
No,
they just
did it.
They just wrote it that way, and at the time, which a lot of people it's hard for them to swallow, is that white sells more in America. It just does. That's always been a thing. There's literally evidence to certain scripts and directors saying we want this just because of this, because this sells better. No offense,
right.
No offense, babe. But in Hollywood, babe, this sells. So knowing that it's not written for that at all. It's never said Caucasian fucking mermaid. Also, by the way, a fictional fucking character.
Yes, who is not a painted person.
Why are you not getting mad at the fact that a mermaid is the beginning of the thing?
Right.
Now you're getting mad that
mermaids aren't even real.
It's a black mermaid?
Yeah. But she's hot.
And
they're both hot.
And it was probably Disney's bright idea to be like, how about sort of black?
That's what I'm saying. They were like, let's not go like crazy black. Like let's keep it light. Let's keep it light.
Melissa McCarthy's playing Ursula. Are you gonna be pissed that she's not purple?
I'm pissed that I'm not fucking.
Flounder's not yellow in the movie in the live action also, right?
That I have a problem.
Are people gonna be pissed?
That I have a problem with. That I'm a little upset about.
Guys,
Flounder was a fucking man. Was Sebastian gonna be a fucking a crab, or he's gonna he's gonna be a lobster?
The funniest people to me are people who beat around the KKK bush.
Yeah, they're just like, well, like people know like her for like like being white. And I'm just like, who does?
No one wrote it out that way.
You're 40 years old. I don't get it.
So weird.
My thing is this.
Who gives a fuck?
My thing is this though. To be on the opposite side is Disney pandering.
I think that there are a lot of companies that pander that are false heroes that don't give two shits about anybody. Of course. I think.
Remember when they made Annie black?
I do think
that was a big problem.
Oh, were people pissed about it?
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I think like Kavan Janae Wallace played her.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that they do it for Star Wars all the time, no matter what fucking race it is.
Yeah. It's like, what if Clifford the big red dog was just black?
The Asian girl, they got fucking so pissed at that. The Asian girl in one of the newer Star Wars movies, people got fucking livid about that.
Yeah, fucking nerds and lore, and it becomes very, very racist.
Right.
But are they pandering though?
Are some companies doing it? I think so.
Do I think Disney
is purposely doing it? It's hard to say. Literally, the creator was an anti-Semite, so I don't know.
That's what I was alluding to.
I'm sure they brushed that underneath their fucking beautiful fucking magical rug all the time.
He's like, you can have some blacks, but no Jews.
I'm just thinking about like and it's just like a janitor holding a rug up and just wiping shit underneath the rug.
Well, Disney's like, I want the rights to Schindler's List. And like, why? He's like, you know why?
They own it. They own everything, dude. They own Marvel. They own Fox Entertainment, not Fox
News.
I legit thought that like
Disney owned Fox News.
So this game, Dreamlight Valley, that's out by Disney, it's Animal Crossing, like we were saying. And I was like, yo, imagine if just like Tucker Carlson just popped up. Like, hey guys.
You want to know what's so weird about, here's my thing about like every like Republican dude on Fox News. They all look like they've had the same haircut since they were 8 years old.
Yeah, nothing ever changes.
Nothing ever changes.
And they all look like they just have terrible, weird sex.
Yeah. Gross. Like weird
Gross,
sex.
weird, strange sex.
Yeah. And then like Rachel Maddow was like ultimate lesbian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Where is Rachel Maddow still have a show?
she retired kind of and like kind of fell back and does like her own thing, I think now. But other than that, it's like they were just so opposite. Like that's
You were speaking about pandering.
yeah.
And this is actually really good that you brought that up. Isn't it weird that some Disney characters are just full on animal and then some like talk and shit?
Yeah, I never understood that. It's like you have Pluto, right? And then like Goofy's a fucking animal, but then owns another animal.
So is like Pluto his gimp?
Kind of. He like bosses him around, but like also like is Pluto just like mentally like slower than like?
So here's what I was gonna say.
That's what I thought.
Are
Maybe-
they humanizing animals and then saying that the actual animals are stupid and shit?
That's what it sounded like. Or like he took Pluto in because he was just like a little doy.
And then like is Donald Duck like halfway evolving because he's like you know what I mean? Or it's like
Wow, that was pretty good.
or like imagine if Donald just like
Yeah, right.
because he's like an experiment.
How did they
They're-
get?
and also they make them wear clothes, but they don't make the actual animals like they can't
No,
wear clothes.
Pluto wears a fucking leash.
Do they humanize them? They make them wear clothes.
Yeah, it's weird. I never really thought about that. Yeah. I always just thought that Pluto was just like a little slower friend.
In the game Kingdom Hearts, they make Donald Duck actually look like a bird. Look how fucking weird this looks. Tell me this isn't the weirdest thing you've ever seen. Tell me how weird this is to you. Look at that.
Yeah, that's not Donald Duck.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that sucks. I like Donald Duck in his little sailor outfit.
Humanized.
Yeah, you got to humanize him.
But he's like he's like in between. He's like, help me. Like
Yeah, he's-
then you have
he's-
Pluto who's just like they don't get it because they're animals.
Yeah, and then is Goofy a dog or a cow?
Why would he be a fucking? He doesn't look like a cow at all.
I think people told me once that Goofy was a cow.
No, I don't think so. What?
Can you look up if Goofy's a cow?
I don't think he's a cow.
Because then it's even weirder because a dog's owning another dog.
Also, another thing that's very interesting about them. Goofy cow, though? Question mark. Is Disney's Goofy character actually a cow? While some might argue that Goofy is actually a cow and not a dog, the popular character can most accurately be described as a cartoon. Whoa.
So we don't really know what he is.
We don't know what he is.
He could be a cow.
He's got fucking wild ass teeth. He looks like a dog.
Let me see.
He's a dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that Goofy's a dog, but he's never been characterized as a dog or a cow. Because it's like, you have Mickey Mouse, like, you know that motherfucker's a mouse, right? Minnie
Yeah.
Mouse, you know that bitch is
but
a
never
mouse.
Goofy the dog.
Donald Duck, you know he's a fucking, but then it's just Goofy. Why'd
Yeah.
they do that?
Yeah.
And he's like kind of stupid,
Yeah, it's weird.
you know? And then it's weird.
It is weird.
They named him Goofy because he's like, yuck, yuck, and like stupid.
Yeah, it's strange. The whole thing is weird.
Yeah.
Also, recently,
Well, that
now I don't know
Goofy's
if there's a
sketch.
difference, but Steamboat Willie,
Yeah, a little racist.
who is the beginning Mickey Mouse,
Mm-hmm.
he is up for grabs in the public domain in 2024.
Damn, someone could buy Steamboat Willie?
Apple could buy Steamboat Willie
Oh, they're going to do it.
and make it their logo if they wanted to. So Steamboat Willie is actually going to be up for grabs in 2024. Now, I guess there's a difference between Steamboat Willie and Mickey Mouse, because Steamboat Willie's the one that looks like it has no soul and like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like black hole eyes.
Yeah, he just drives a boat.
But like, do you buy that as another company?
Why not?
And then use it as a logo to rub it in Disney's fucking face with the corporate battle?
The only thing, who's the only person that could buy that though?
Apple?
Apple, like Elon can't afford it.
Disney's not the richest company in the world. There's got to be another corporate company that's just there. Or
Microsoft, maybe.
yeah, Microsoft could do it. Because Disney might not even want it.
Maybe Elon.
Yeah, someone was saying maybe Elon.
Elon could buy Steamboat Willie. And
I
put
mean,
him on-
he's
put him
proven
on
that he
Tesla.
wants to buy shit just to do it to be a dickhead too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe Elon buys Steamboat Willie and makes a Steamboat Willie Tesla.
But in 2024, and and Disney hasn't shown any like enthusiasm in keeping it. So I think that's which is very weird. Just the difference in animation means that it's different properties. Mark Zuckerberg, Meta can. By the way,
Zuck could buy
By the
Willie.
way, changing your name to Meta, not original. Ron Artest did it first.
Wait.
Fucking weird.
Yeah, Meta World Peace. He's the only Meta I respect.
He's the only Meta that he did it first.
Do you see Mark Zuckerberg
Gets
doing
no respect.
MMA?
Yeah, he looked so weird.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, kind of looked legit.
He had like a couple of things that looked okay.
Imagine that, knowing that guy's way tougher than you.
That just Mark Zuckerberg could fuck you up.
Fuck you up. And then buy everything you've ever owned and fucking come in your mouth
Yep.
if you wanted to with his fucking reptile sperm.
He's so weird, dude.
He's
such
so
a strange,
sweet baby Rays.
sweet baby Rays on the green egg, sweet baby Rays.
So Oculus, that's VR now, is owned
By
by
Meta.
Meta as of recently, and the price is going up. But they're buying it because they're realizing how well it's doing lately, and that more games are coming out. I played VR recently.
Yeah.
You have one. We're gonna play recently too. You got to send me your name still.
Yeah, I'll do it when I get home.
I played VR with the one and only T-Pain. Brew. We played this action game. This FPS first person.
Shooter.
Fucking awesome. I felt like I was actually like in Iraq and shit. It was weird. Now, not that being in Iraq and fighting the war is awesome. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but we do that with Call of Duty.
It's awesome when
and
it's
all
not
that
real.
shit. Yeah, it's awesome when it's not real.
It's
You get to
awesome
go
when it's
home.
not real.
Yeah.
Slam my fucking elbow into the wall 30 times, killing people with, and like at the end of the day, I lay down in bed and I go, I just killed like insurgents all day with like T-Pain.
Yeah.
Now again, I don't know. Is that a bad word to use? Is insurgents bad? I
don't think so.
Okay. I don't know. Sorry if it is, guys. I don't know any better. But I'm like going to war with T-Pain. We were fucking escorting. It was an escort mission. Some guy dressed up in chemical, like fucking
Hazmat suit.
And the next thing I was thinking, I was like, I got like, that's why I messaged you. I'm like, me and Danny need to go on these missions together.
Oh, yeah.
So what I think
I'm
is
down.
we got to find out a way to record this, and we need to go on some VR missions somewhat soon.
Post it on Patreon.
Yes.
Yeah. Patreon.com/LoPriore podcast.
And another realization I had the other day: Super Size Me the movie is basically the very first YouTube challenge video.
Yeah. It is. And like mukbangy.
Yeah. Now, how many videos do you see nowadays too?
Yeah, he
I went to
started that
Africa
shit.
I went to Africa for 3 days and put shit up my ass.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And then the thumbnail's like,
Yeah, it's like I chilled with a bear, but like you're in a cage the whole time, and like the bear can't even touch you. It's
Can't
like,
even
yo, if this
touch you.
gets 5,000 likes, I'll do this with a lion.
and to go back to Disney.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know we're ADHDing this, but I like these topic bumps because I like testing you too. What's something funny you would love to hear Goofy say? And then I'll tell you mine.
I know this is gonna sound weird, but I just have always wanted to hear like the characters curse and like be allowed to curse. Like if they made like a 18 and over version of like Mickey Mouse grown up, or like the Rugrats grown up, where like Chucky becomes like addicted to like fucking opioids and shit, and
Right.
like becomes like a real thing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like let the characters that we loved as kids kind of grow with us.
Yeah, let them get fucking real.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like and
That's what Toy Story did.
yeah,
They got dark as fuck.
yeah, because they knew adults were gonna go fucking see it, and like when they were all gonna die and shit, I was like, yo, this is fucking. I'm crying, bro, I'm crying in the club. But I would like to see like
What would you like to hear Goofy say?
suck my dick.
Yeah, that was more like Kermit.
Yeah, that's more Kermit.
But that was still that suck my dick is good.
Yeah, I would love to hear Mickey just be like, suck my dick,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah, like say it back, like for actually.
Yeah, like say it like in an argument. Yeah, like suck my dick.
You did cursing, so I have to do something different.
I would like to see them have like a full episode where it's like 18 and over, and they're all just like chilling in the crib, like smoking and like
Fuck
drinking,
yeah.
fucking, and you know,
Just fucking.
just have Minnie and Mickey just have a sex scene, but it's like all like it's like
I would love to
it
see
would be
Goofy,
like an HBO series, like HBO does Disney
but Entourage, but Disney.
Entourage, but Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of tight. I would watch that.
Like they deal with their agents and shit.
Yes.
Very like there's something like that.
It's meta. It's like them outside of the universe.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I'm known for doing like Mickey Mouse's Playhouse, but like This is what I deal with. You know what I mean?
I think I would like to hear Goofy say like some shit that's said in like Street Fighter, but like in Ryu and Ken's shit.
Hadouken.
Yeah, just him going, sure you can. Sure you can. And like fucking just, I don't know why that's funny to me. But you already did cursing, so I don't know where to go after that.
Yeah, no.
Because I was going to say like, I'll suck my cunt.
Yeah, if they did
Or
like...
fuck you.
if they did like the Wire like version of Disney.
Oh, yeah, Disney.
Like if they just did a Disney Wire.
Who would be Omar? Daphne. Daphne.
No. I think Mickey would be Omar.
Really?
Yeah. And then like Mickey would be Avon. Right?
Is that the dude from Remember the Titans?
Yeah. Mickey would be Avon Barksdale.
Right.
Donald would be like Brody. Who would be Stringer?
I think Daffy Duck would probably be Omar.
You think Daffy Duck would be Omar?
Well, who's dangerous?
I think Goofy would be Omar. Or what's his face? Wile E. Coyote might be Omar, but you could tell he's very anti-gay.
Who, Wile E. Coyote?
Yeah.
Why?
Not Wile E. Coyote, Elmer Fudd.
Oh, you were saying Elmer. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what Wile E. Coyote do?
Elmer Fudd would.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Or he is gay and he just won't, and he doesn't admit it, so he takes it out on gay guys.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's one of those like weirdo freaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mickey would be Avon. I guess Donald would have to be Stringer Bell.
Yeah.
It'd be like his number 2 a little bit. And then Goofy could be Prop Joe.
Wait, who owns Bugs Bunny? Warner Bros.
Warner Brothers.
Damn, they're another juggernaut.
Yeah. So Elmer Fudd's not even Disney.
No, he's not. No.
So who's like a... Does Disney have like gun-toting
Think of like the
characters?
top 5 Disney people. Daffy Duck isn't Disney either.
No, it would be Donald Duck would be Stringer.
Yeah, Donald Duck.
Mickey would be Avon.
Yeah, and then you got to think
Goofy would be like Prop Joe, I think, because he's like cool with everybody.
Right, we're naming. I don't even. Daffy Duck is. Wow, they really
Looney
made other
Tunes.
characters to battle other characters.
Yeah, they took a mouse and they took a bunny, 2 things with like big ears.
That's so interesting.
I mean, Disney's the GOAT though. As much as I love Looney Tunes, like everyone in their I think it should be like, like Jews get birthright to like go to Israel. Like American birthright should be like you get to go to Disney.
Yeah, I mean they're the most ones are here, aren't they? In America? Or maybe I'm wrong. Parks. Have you ever been to Disney?
Yeah, dude. I went.
You did?
I went during the pandemic.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, you did. What's it like there?
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I heard it's like,
dude.
It just has that energy to make
bro.
you feel like young and innocent again, right? Almost.
Bro, so here's like one thing. Like, there's multiple things that you could love, right? So you go to regular Disney, you see all like the rides, Mickey Mouse. They're all walking around. You just you become a kid again. Like you just let it all go. Dude.
Right.
You can't be a fucking asshole at Disney, right? So like you're doing all this stuff. You see this fucking castle at night. They do fucking fireworks and shit. Like you've only seen it in the beginning of movies, but then you get to see it for real, the Disney castle, right? And it's like, wow, like this is actually really amazing. And I'm a hardo at heart, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, whatever. Like I had mad fun at Disney.
Yeah.
And then I'm there at Disney. Then we went to like Epcot Center, which you would love. Is you basically walk around to every country.
Oh,
Like you go to
sick.
and they have alcohol and food of like their cuisines, and you're just walking around just fucking
it's
eating
hilarious
and
to me
drinking.
that you get slammed at Disney if you want.
Dude, you can get fucking darfed at Disney, bro.
That's so
Fucked
fucking
up.
awesome.
You get fucked up at Disney, and you'd be perfectly fine because everybody else is fucked up, bro. You go to these hotels, bro, and they put you in these fucking cable cars, brother, that fucking airlift you to Disney, brother.
That's crazy.
You just go up in this little pod, and it just takes you to the greatest place in the world.
That's so fucking dope.
Yeah, and it's amazing. The rides are super fun.
Just like anxiety free.
I was not anxious at all. Dude, I rode Space Mountain. It's awesome.
Which is the one that's most tied to Walt Disney? Isn't there one where like they think his like body is?
The one in Florida.
Is his body like actually there, you think?
Well, there's Disney World and Disneyland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's more intense?
Disney World.
Right, because World.
Yeah.
But where'd you go? Land?
I went to Disney World.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
So then what's at Disneyland?
Disneyland is just like it's smaller, I think, and it's just not as lit.
And Star Wars is at Disney World now too, right?
Yeah.
Did you meet any of the troops?
Yeah, dude. They questioned me and shit.
Yeah, they like come up to you and like just like press things in their suit that are like pre-recorded fucking
Yeah, you never saw that video of them talking to me? They're like you're dismissed.
I did. That's why I think I was talking to you. Yeah. What were you doing? Were you like dancing with them or something?
I was just like
because they'll fuck with you back.
Oh yeah. They'll fuck with you. And then I fucking saluted Mickey Mouse.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so the whole time I hurt my back before I went to Disney, right?
Yeah.
So I had a cart.
Yeah.
I hurt my back playing basketball. So I was just cruising around this little cart, like around Disney, and then they have like this parade that goes on, and like Mickey comes out and like in waves.
Yeah.
So I was in the golf cart, and like Selena was like behind me, just like, oh, like look, it's Mickey Mouse, and I was like,
yeah, like getting like fucking nervous as fuck.
I was getting up like fucking like a war veteran, and like got up,
yeah,
and just like.
Yeah, and saluted him.
Saluted him all shaky and shit.
And he was probably like, oh, this guy's got a condition or something.
He like waved at me and I just fucking stood up. I was like, and then I posted it and I said, that's my president.
So do they have one guy covering all grounds or are there like 30 Mickeys?
Yeah, they switch them all out and shit. But then like, they have like the Disney movies there. Like it's not just like Mickey Mouse. Like they have all the movies.
Like Moana,
Hercules, fucking... Toy Story. There's Toy Story. There's like Toy Story Land, bro. It's so dope. You have to go. It's fucking amazing.
Can you cover the whole place in one day if you wanted to, or is it just two? Or is it fucking huge?
You could. It's going to be a lot of walking and then like waiting on lines. But then like then they have like Universal, which is like Jurassic Park and shit. Like
in Florida, you mean?
Yeah, they have it within like the Disney confines. It's like they have Universal Studios, which is like bananas.
Oh, it's next to it, you mean? Or
they're in it. It's like within it.
Have you ever seen all the things that Disney actually owns? There's a graph.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wild. Like
ABC,
they own
ESPN.
ESPN. They own what else? There was something else that was wild. I forgot that I saw that they own other shit that you've never even heard of too. Like things that you've never even fucking heard of.
Disney's the most powerful like entity in the world.
Yeah, it's wild to think about the things that they have like put like, kind of just dug their fucking claws into. And
the craziest thing about Disney World is how efficient it is.
Right.
It's like the most well-polished machine like I've ever seen. Like there's just so many things that could go wrong and they focus on those things and make them go right.
And it's a
crazy.
lot of shit to cover. It's a lot of ground.
Yeah, man.
And they do really weird shit though. Like Quentin Tarantino talks about this time where he was releasing, I think, Inglourious Bastards in the theater, and I guess like Disney reps got a hold that the movie was coming out, and they threatened like a bunch of theaters saying that they would not let their new movie come out if that movie came out the same day that theirs was coming out.
Oh, because the overuse of the excessive use of the N-word.
Is that if that what it was?
That's what it was, yeah.
Right. They were like, we don't want it coming out the same way anywhere, and they threatened it, and like Quentin Tarantino's thing was just like this huge company was just
fucking with
shat on me, and they pulled his movies from the theaters.
Yeah. I remember.
I mean, who are you going to say yes to as far as money goes to have a better night?
Yeah,
you're going to say yes to Disney.
Yeah, you're going to say yes to Disney, and then like I do remember though the first time I saw Django, and I was like, oh man, they're ending it up.
Yeah, right.
Like, this is a lot.
Yeah, it's very, very
Leonardo
intense.
DiCaprio apparently like didn't want to do it.
Yeah, well, he was in the middle of filming.
He's like, this is too much.
He was in the middle of filming and he got anxiety and was just like, I don't know if I can do this. And
that's a lot.
And Samuel L. Jackson goes, It's another day for us, motherfucker.
On any movie,
like, just fucking act, and then like Jamie Foxx.
In any movie, I'll tell you this.
Jamie Lee Fox.
In any movie, whenever like I see people like have written the N-word so loosely, it makes me. I always go to like somebody wrote this.
Yeah.
It always goes to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
they're not fucking freestyling out here.
Typed it out.
That got typed out so many times. And it's also the weird thing about Quentin Tarantino too. He has like a black voice. Like when he's like, "Come on, like Sway, you know what it is, man."
Yeah, but then he uses the N-word so freely though.
I know. So it's like if you got to see him use like this cool hit voice, like when he does like Sway in the morning, and then like he does like other shows.
Right, and they talked about him. I mean, he did open interviews about it too all the time, and
Yeah.
it's definitely like sketchy. But he's also like, it's crazy. Samuel Jackson's been in all of his movies almost.
Yeah, he's a little strange.
We got to end with our banger tonight, though.
Ray J.
Ray J and Kim Kardashian. For you guys that don't know, Ray J, I think, has finally just fucking said, "Fuck it."
This is a blip in the universe.
You can start with this because you know
Okay.
I saw all the videos that he did, but you could tell me what like.
All right, so I'm chilling on Twitter and I see like Ray J like talking, is like talking, like from somebody else's tweet, like yo, he's going in on Instagram. So I'm like, all right, I don't follow Ray J, but like I'm gonna go check out Ray J. Shout out Raycon, you know what I'm saying? Ray J. So I'm like, let me go watch Ray J. So he's talking a little bit and talking all this shit, and I was just like, oh, what's going on? And then he's talking about that Kris Jenner was on the James Corden show, and they asked her a question that did she help facilitate like Kim's sex tape?
Right.
And she said no, and the lie detector said that she was telling the truth.
Right.
Ray J saw that
And fucking got livid.
and fucking lost his mind on Instagram Live. So he was pulling up.
It's like they edited that shit.
They did the whole thing, and he pulled up DMs between Kim and him,
And him and Kanye.
text messages, all that shit, talking about how like we're gonna make you look good in a positive light when it comes out on the show, blah 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 blah, and then it gets to the Kardashian show, and Kanye gives her the sex tape or whatever, right?
Which is hilarious.
Which she lies and says there was nothing on it anyway. There's a complete other sex tape that people have not seen, and it's called Santa Barbara. So where they're like fucking and shit. And it was another sex tape. And then she said there's nothing on it. And Ray J was like, if there was nothing on it, wouldn't that be weird? Why would your husband fly to get all this shit from me and then there would be nothing on it? I would be worried if there was nothing on it.
Yeah, maybe they meant in compared to the other one or something.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's all happening. So Ray J's like, yo, like, I'm not going to let these people slander me anymore. And he like pulls out contracts that Kim was aware of all this stuff and he's going to take her to court. And, you know, he was like, yo, like, you guys.
And that Kris Jenner wanted to watch them.
Kris Jenner, she did watch them.
She watched her own daughter's sex tapes and decided which one they wanted to come out.
How fucking disgusting is that?
That's weird. Good marketing, though.
Good marketing.
But fucking disgusting.
But also, pick the worst sex tape. That sex tape sucks.
Yeah, it's boring as shit.
That shit is so whack.
Tommy Lee's is legendary.
Tommy Lee, way
Tommy
better.
Lee and Pamela Schmanders.
That's probably the top one.
Probably one of the most famous top ones. Yeah.
Birthday.
I think it opened up. Up the path for all that, didn't it?
Yeah, it made like sex tapes kind of pop in. But so basically, Ray J exposed like Kris Jenner, like, yo,
Right.
you knew everything about this.
Yeah.
So did Kim.
And he shows a few receipts.
Oh
A lot
yeah,
of
dude,
receipts.
they're gonna go to court, and Ray J's gonna fucking
but
win.
The funniest part is how he just starts yelling at the dude who's his homie.
Brandon,
Yeah, he's
Brandon,
like-
man, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, he's like, show the text slower, man. This man don't know how to show text.
And Ray J didn't have his reading glasses on, so it sounded like he couldn't read.
Yeah.
He's like, you said that this would be good for us at this time when the episode comes out.
Yeah. He's like, I can't fucking read without my glasses.
And then he goes, I can read, y'all. I just can't see right now. I'm fucking high. So
Ray J is I'm sorry, one of the funniest, accidental funniest people.
oh my god, dude! before we get into that too,
He starts yelling at these guys like, this motherfucker doesn't know how to scroll text.
he's like, fucking slow down, man.
Yeah, he's like, slow down. Oh, what are you doing, Brandon?
He's like, I got pictures of us walking into Vivid, me, her, and Chris. Like, Kris Jenner knew about that shit. She facilitated that shit.
I believe him, too.
And my thing is,
I believe him.
I believe him 100%.
Yeah.
And people are going to be like, that's sexist. No, it's not. I'll tell you this. The guy has enough proof.
Who cares if it's sexist? She told women to get up and fucking stop being lazy losers.
Thank you, 100%. Thank you.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I hope that this is the beginning of the exposing of the Kardashians for real this time.
Yeah.
Because if you really think about it, if I was a guy and I made a sex tape with my partner and we went in and did this whole thing and sold it, and her mom was like, let's look, I want to watch and see like which one's like more tasteful and shit, and what scenes are they going to have custody to release and all this shit. They need to address it.
Yeah.
They need to come forward and address that shit. And I really hope that that Ray J takes them to court and they have to bring up her fucking contract that she signed, right? Because they dragged this dude for a while and fucked his money up in terms of being like, yo, like, don't work with Ray J because of this. Yo, they're more powerful than the fucking president sometimes, these fucking Kardashians.
Yeah, no. And the mom is like an evil fucking villain. She's the mastermind of it all.
Yeah, and she
made them what they are. She fucking molded them.
And what they
literally
and Ray J even said
they're made of mold.
Even what Ray J said is what I want you guys is to tell the truth and apologize.
Yeah.
For dragging me and making me look like this fucking villain and shit.
And then he ends the whole thing with like, all right, we about to eat some dinner tonight.
No, because
it's them getting ready to eat dinner at his table.
I feel for him in a way because they were all in on it. He was a bigger star than she was at that time.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She like borrowed $800,000 from Brandy and like never paid her back. Yeah. Like there's like other shit that like went on that like needs to come out. Like that stuff needs to come out. These people are way too influential on young girls. They're way too influential on trends. They're way too influential on fucking billion-dollar businesses. This needs to come out to the point where you see fucking Kim Kardashian go to court every day with Ray J, and we get to watch it like we watched Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, and get to watch that shit.
Right,
because as a country, you made yourself so much.
We need this.
We need this. Our country needs to heal from this.
Also,
our country needs this.
I didn't feel bad for her when like it's weird, but I didn't feel bad for her when her kid found that shit on Roblox. It was like, yo, you made your bed, literally.
Yeah, but then Roblox came out.
Literally, you made your bed.
Roblox came out and goes, that never happened.
Oh, really?
And then they were like, yo, like for you to do that, to make like the sex tape spin like relevant because Whack 100 came out and said something about Santa Barbara, and nobody outside of the knowledge of that Santa Barbara sex tape knows about that. So that's when he said Santa Barbara, they knew that this is he knows about that.
Yeah.
So they've done all this shit being mad quiet because they know they're fucked. And then apparently Kris Jenner saying that she didn't do that on James Corden it added to the statute of limitations. So now he can go to court and do the whole thing. I really hope, if Ray J is the one to bring down the Kardashians,
it's beautiful.
It will be so fucking full circle.
Yes.
It will be one of the greatest days in American history.
So true.
I am rooting for Ray J so hard. There's nothing more than I want to see Ray J come out of court so fucking rich.
So fucking true. Just to see it
with
come
all that money.
360.
And then she goes, Kim was saying, like, when you see on the episode, like, we're going to make sure we, like, paint you in a good light. And then Kanye West, they're talking in the episode, and Kim's like, how much do you have to pay for this? He was like, pay? He's like, I'll never let him extort us again. Damn. And he was like, yo, I just gave it to him. I didn't ask for anything. I gave it to him because he was my homie. And he asked me politely to give him the shit.
Crazy.
And he was like, why have y'all not sued me? He's like, why has nobody sued me?
Now, do you think Kanye does anything this time, or do you think he leaves it alone? I think the only reason he would is because of his kids.
Because of his kids, but then Ray J said that. He goes, what about my fucking kids?
It's true. It's fucking true, bro.
He's like, my kids got to think that their dad's a monster and just release me having sex with this girl.
Yeah, it's true.
He's like, what about? He's so funny. He's like, what about my fucking kids?
Yeah. Then he goes, "Hi, mom."
Yo, I think the world. If Ray J brings down the Kardashians, that will be the biggest
Full circle.
Fuck you that I've ever seen. Because
God, I wish we could play Circle of Life right now without getting in trouble.
dude, he needs to sue for hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, parts of their companies, all that shit.
Yeah.
All that shit. Ray J about to never have to worry. You don't have to worry about money now, but Ray J's never going to have to worry about money ever again. Because if it was untrue, they would have come out and say it. And now she said it, and he has paperwork that she was there.
Crazy.
So now it's going to go down, bro. We're going to get some of the best fucking entertainment that I've ever seen. And the only thing that would make it better is if Ray J represented himself and Kim, who's like a half a lawyer, gets to represent herself.
And at the end of the day, Pete Davidson, I think, dodged a bullet mentally for himself.
Yeah. I
Because
think
dealing
so too.
with that chick is too fucking much, man.
Bro,
For most people.
we know what we want to know. Ray J been sitting on this shit for fucking 15 years. If you really think about it,
Wild stuff.
it's wild stuff. Wild stuff.
Wild stuff.
I'm talking wild stuff. All right, so this episode is 2 hours and 10 minutes. Mike, where can they find you on the internet?
Twitch.tv/Michael_LoPriore. I think our computer died.
Yeah, our computer died, so
we got to bail on you guys one more time.
we got to bail on you guys one more time.
But obviously, thank you to all the Patreon high spenders, highest tiers, lower tiers, regular,
Patreon.
our CEOs,
Patreon.
everybody. Thank you guys. Obviously, listen. Remember, guys, we love you. I mean, we're slowly but surely we're coming up with more amazing things all the time. So. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Where can they find you,
Thank
Danny?
you for joining us on this episode today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on the LoPriore podcast.
Thank you.
You can find me at Daniel LoPriore everywhere on the internet. Other than that,
Thank you for joining.
we out of here.
Thank you for joining. Patreons, we do love you guys. Thank you. Keep supporting the fucking show.
Yes,
if you can.
patreon.com/LoPriore podcast so we can keep doing the show.
We love you guys.
Peace.
Hold the night, all that stuff. Usually we play it,
Hold
but I
the
don't think we have it set
No,
for
but
this
we've
one,
done
right?
other ones like the SNL outro and shit. So like that was kind of fun. We love you guys. Have an amazing rest of your week, and thanks for hanging out. And let us know how you feel about the topics we've talked about today.
Yeah. Yeah, guys.
Okay. See you later. These colors don't
And
run.
if you're gonna climb a mountain, make sure you know you're gonna die.
Yes.